taking care of himself, and my definition is not the same because me think if a man has a wife, then he's not going to be barely taking care of himself. That's what's going to push him and motivate him to become better.
That's not what I'm asking you. And that's why we're having a hard time answering this question, because we're liking to bring in outside situation, outside stuff. All of that stuff is neither here nor there. That's not guaranteed. But what's guaranteed is his right now state. Right now, if he knows he's barely paying his bills, he's barely buying groceries for himself, he's barely being able to pay for his car note. In that moment, when he sits down with himself, do you believe that he should, in his right mind, say, I'm going to bring a wife and children into this situation that he has to be responsible
See,
for?
but you're looking at it as he's still one person. Me is looking at it like they are a unit together.
So here's the thing. First of all, before a man asks a woman to marry him, he has to ask himself these questions.
Yes.
Before
yes.
he even before he even asks her, before they even become a couple, he has to sit down with himself and ask himself, am I able to take care of anybody 100%? If she never works, can I take care of her? And if he's barely taking care of himself, the answer is no. It's real simple.
Okay, we will not agree. But yeah, that's what me think about that. And then for as far as the other thing, me said marriage is a blessing. Marriage is a blessing. Me as a housewife, me don't work.
Nobody said anything about that. That's the thing.
That's what me said in the comments. That's why I told you to.
Ma'am. We gotta stop coming into conversations emotionally. We look like idiots when we do that. These conversations are not to be emotionally had. You have to use your brain and all of your logic to have these conversations. I don't talk to emotions. So I'm gonna move on.
Me did not disrespect you.
I'm gonna move on. Anybody want to say anything?
Kari.
Go ahead,
And
Kari.
then of course we have Miss Nene.
Okay. Go ahead, Kari, you got it.
I just wanted to say that I really like Whack-A-Mole, and it's a really fun game. And like even when I be sitting there playing Whack-A-Mole, like it just be so interesting, cause like common sense would dictate that if you keep getting mooped, then like maybe you take a second, but like when you sit there like
She took me a minute, but
like you don't think you take a second, maybe, Mr. Sir? And then you just kept doing it. And I like I'm amused. Like I'll sit here, I'll just keep muting you, but like, okay, if this is a good use of your time, wonderful. I'm glad I could be of help. But like prospect.
Your service is really messing up. Is it
No,
messing
I'm
up
just
for you?
I'm messing.
Oh, girl.
I'm being silly.
Oh,
I was doing the same thing.
I'm like, what the heck is going on? I didn't catch that. I'm sorry, Kari. All right, we're gonna go to Mrs. Nene Love. Welcome to the panel. Appreciate you being here. You want to answer the prompt, Miss Nene? Did you know you were on the panel?
I am here. Yes, ma'am. I do know. I do. Because I was like, I got blocked. I'm like, what the hell happened? I was like, I'm, being a fair person. But
Who got blocked?
I will say this, right?
Who got blocked?
I did for 5 minutes. I was like, what did I do?
Your comments were muted because you insulted my moms in the comments, maybe?
No,
I did
she
not.
was
I promise
spamming.
I did.
Hold on. Miss
I
Nene.
just said,
Hold on one
can I
second.
hear him out?
Mrs.
That's all.
Nene, hold on. What you say, Tina?
She was spamming the comments, Prosperity, more than once.
Okay. Yeah, that's a rule of mine that you don't spam the comments. So if you do a comment over and over again, more than likely they will mute you and then let you know like not to do that.
Okay, because I didn't know because the comments was going so fast, so I thought you didn't see it. So that's why I kept doing it. But at the same time, it wasn't nothing disrespectful. I promise.
Okay,
It
it's just
wasn't.
that you kept
Because you
spamming.
already know I support you. I'm more than a level one in your life. Like, I was just like, I was
So I just want
curiosity killed the cat.
let me just say this really quick. I treat all my people in the room with respect. I like everybody, no matter what level you're in. I have almost 50 level people in the room, and I treat them with respect, just like I do everybody else. That rule applies to everybody else. All the Panthers, they already know if they spam the comments, we will mute them. That's no
Okay, well, I didn't know.
Okay,
That was something I didn't know. My
Okay.
apologies.
no
That's
problem.
on me.
Okay,
I understand now.
all
Because I'm
right.
like, what did I do? But I will say this, right? Although I am married and my situation is an anomaly, I will say this. Like, I understand the push that our women are going through, right? So a lot of times I think that women come up here because they feel like they have a different type of man that's, oh, you know, women as a whole ain't going through that. And that's not true at all. At all. So I will tell people to don't just think of your situation, because that's kind of selfish, for real. I want you to think of people as a whole. I want you to think of women as a whole, of what they're going through. Just because there are situations that is a little different on the sideline, don't mean that as a whole they're not going through these things.
Thank you, Cherie. I hear you.
Right? And as a whole, men are not being men the way they should be men. Period. They're not. So when we do the things that they say is very important, right? When we say we can take care of ourselves, we can have a job by ourselves, we can be an adult by ourselves. They're mad because you have nothing else to offer. And this is what I'm saying as a whole. And this is a whole person that's coming from a married woman, that I understand that I have a different situation where I love being married. But it ain't just about me. It's about our women as a whole.
Right.
Y'all not doing that as a whole. And as much as you want to proclaim you're a leader, you want to do this, you want to do that, y'all always very converse when it comes to the Bible about being the head of something. But what y'all fail to realize is, and this is what I wanted to say, because you know I came in here 1,000 times and I heard 1,000 men say some things. Can I please say it? What I find funny is,
So you got a few
They
minutes, you got a
always-
few seconds, like 30 seconds left.
okay, listen, what I want to say is, what I find funny is that men always say one verse, even though they say they don't believe in the Bible. They say a verse about how they're the head, how we're supposed to submit. But it's also in the Bible that a man is supposed to submit to a woman. I land there.
Thank you, Mrs. DD. Appreciate you. All right. We're gonna go to Cha Cha. Cha Cha, you ready? Hey, how are you?
Good morning, everybody. I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you. Your blokes are barely taking care of yourself. What makes you think you deserve a wife and children? I think when men first come up here, they start to go into reasons as to why. Nobody deserves another human being ever. And I think that's part of the problem, that men feel entitled to women. They feel entitled to children. And too many men will talk about what women do in servitude to them. So they see us as a tool and not the actual human beings that we are. And too many men, I think, apart from not even seeing us as a tool, when it comes to marriage, there's studies on it that show that it greatly benefits men. They tend to live longer in marriage, and also all of their needs are being catered to, whilst women are alive a bit younger when they are married. And again, I think that's part of because of how much labour they actually do for the other person and the people within their family. So I think that men don't deserve anything, and I think that sense of entitlement, they need to be reminded that they're not entitled to women, just like that man wasn't entitled to come up here and try to control a panel. And we see how men try to control things on a daily basis. So the very thought of them, that's why part of them are losing their mind, is that they don't no longer have access to every woman available, the way their grandfathers probably promised them, the way their grandfathers probably coached them and given them game. And now they're realising that they're not entitled to a smile from a woman, they're not entitled to a woman being nice to them. And I'm glad that they're being humbled, because they really need to, but it makes it unsafe for us. And I think just another example, that guy who was on here earlier was the perfect example of a man buzzing and fizzing with rage at women, and trying to use scripture to kind of spiritually abuse and justify his bad behaviour and actions. And he lied and said that he was married. He might be married. I hope for anybody else's safety that he's not. But I think this is a perfect example of what it is we're fighting against. And in the real world or in real life, that man might not be overt, but his attitudes and belief systems and his kind of a degrading of women, that's what we're facing. And there was one man in the comments that said, the panel's too women heavy, we need more men in it. Not even addressing or acknowledging the behaviour of the man that just came before. Because when he left, that's when he said that comment. And I think it just shows you that men are so submissive to other men. They don't deserve to be around other people unless they can figure out how to behave. So they don't deserve humans in general, but they really need to think about going away to a wee Scottish island that has no transport in the middle of nowhere and figuring out how to be a better human being instead of relying on us to have to monitor them to be decent human beings. And I'll land there.
All right. Well, thank you, Cha-Cha. I appreciate you. We have Miss Commentary 93. Are you with me?
Yes, ma'am. How are you?
I'm good. How are you? You good?
Yes, I am. I'm a friend of AJ's. I'm glad I'm
good.
following you.
Thank you.
Um,
If you're ready to, you can go ahead and answer the prompt. We'll have
yes.
to give you a couple minutes and no profanity.
Oh, of course. Never, never, never. I recognize the class.
Thank you.
I love the topic. The topic is right on point. But I have the countdown. So I wanted to, because I was asking Miss AJ in the DMs. So I know some of the women have elaborated beyond the prompt. It's just awareness. And I wanted to get your perspective. About 35 to 40 minutes ago, I was in a room, the fellow black male, this is what's shocking, who was an actual cult leader. So is it just me? Because earlier in the week, I was in another room. I'd known both of these men long. And they're presenting and using the Bible even as Bible thumping or the opposite, anti-Bible thumping, to Pied Piper women. Now I'm 50, but so they're doing it to people that's a little younger than me because they realize someone as seasoned as me might pick up on it. They are lulling women to sleep with their rhetoric and then calling themselves leaders. One of them earlier in the week, I said, is this a cult? And he didn't deny it. He said, yeah, I'm a cult leader. So I laughed Miss Prosperity, because I'm like, oh, he's got to be joking. This brother's got to be. No, am I? Am I being punked? What's going on? And he, with a straight face, said no. And if you don't like it, you can leave. So I wanted your opinion and anybody else that's noticed this cult-like activities going on this app. What is going on with these men? My time is up. It's bothering my spirit, and I want to bring awareness to it.
Okay, so the panel will be open. You all can answer as you see fit. You can come off mute if you want to answer the question or relate to it. Oh, you're welcome. It's good to see you. Love you. Go ahead, Bree.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like honestly, it's just like a lot of this like whole red pill rhetoric that they have. It's been going on since like I feel like it kind of started bubbling up in 2016 and then really popped up in 2020 and then now that's what we're having. And so we're having these incel men who can't get women because now like women we're realizing our worth and we're realizing that like hey, you're broke, sir. What makes you think that you deserve a wife and children? And we're saying, no, you don't deserve me if you're broke. And they're upset about it. And so they've got all these like men who like raise themselves up as leaders. And the incel men who aren't able to get women, they're following them because like they're like, oh, okay, well, if I follow this guy, then I can get a woman or now, or they're like, well, I really can't get a woman, and this makes me feel better to be in a community with other men who can't get a woman. And so yeah, these the incel like cult situations that you're talking about, these are real and it's happening. And it's a really big problem. Um but at the same time, I feel like a lot of women are just like, I'm just gonna chill. I'm gonna be better by myself. And they're choosing not to get with these men who have these like, again, like really red pill, like I deserve this, then even though I'm not anything desires, and we're just kind of like, yeah, no, we're good. So yeah, go ahead.
Yep. Thank you, Bree. Anybody else want to answer?
Oh, I would love to. It was a
Go ahead,
gentleman.
Susan. Then I'll come back to you 5 minutes. Go
Oh,
ahead.
I'm
Susan.
sorry, 5 minutes. I didn't see your light. It was a gentleman in here earlier talking about he's the chosen one. So yeah, it's really starting. You're not seeing. I mean, you're not
The chosen one. Oh my god.
uh,
Okay.
yeah, you're not imagining things. I believe that somebody said, well, if that's a cult, what is this? This is bringing awareness to different community issues. And if you come in here enough, there's men with logic that come on a panel that also men that give information about jobs and everything. You just see what you want to see when you come over here on this panel. But at the end of the day, yes, there is cult-like behavior going on with all this red pill mentality and rhetoric, and it's cookie cutter. You hear the same exact nonsense each and every panel. So they just spoon feeding this stuff back and forth to each other.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree. And it's like men with
Bree.
little yes.
Bree, you just spoke. Let me give somebody
Oh,
else the
I'm sorry.
opportunity
I'm
to
sorry.
come back.
I was so is it we're not going to do an open panel where we can all talk? Okay, my bad. I'm sorry.
Okay. Anybody else want to say anything?
Um,
Go ahead, 5 minutes.
that was wild. Yeah, no, you're not mistaken. There are actual cults forming, not just on this platform, but basically all of them. If you type it into YouTube, you'll find several documentaries pointing you to these groups. From what I saw, it's mainly TikTok and Instagram, but I'm sure if you go down the rabbit hole, you'll find more. And I think it's the algorithm and just the creation of the echo chamber, because once you like one topic or one subject, it just keeps sending you to another one. And all of these people seem to be connected. But I fell into one the other day and it was very creepy. Very, very creepy. And I couldn't figure out why when I would say something to the host, the entire panel would be like, you're not you're not respecting him the way that he should be respected. That's not how you talk to him. He has an actual name. And I was, excuse me, like a name that they made up for this man in a certain way that he wanted to be addressed. Yeah, I had to get out there quick, fast, in a hurry because Jesus tapped me on the shoulder and said run, and so I did.
All right,
Okay.
5 minutes. We gonna move and we'll come back, okay? Anybody else want to say something? Kari, did you have your hand up? No?
No.
And I did want to say, I apologize, Ms. Prosperity. I wasn't trying to go down a rabbit hole, but it was something that was important that I felt, and I haven't heard from you, host. I want to, because I just, I'm disturbed by it. Not for me, because I've been blessed with discernment, but the other young women that are stuck there following. I mean, you have any last words of wisdom on this? And then, because I don't want to like deter from your topic. I apologize.
No, you could. I would just say if it's disturbing you spiritually, then it's spiritual. That's it. If it's disturbing you spiritually, it's spiritual. Is that?
Yes. And thank you, ladies. Thank you so much.
Yeah. I mean, I'm hoping that you can read between the lines with that. No? Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I get it.
Okay.
Thank
Right.
you.
You're welcome. So, is anybody else want to say anything? We are about to do final words. Go ahead, AJ. You got it.
I was just gonna say that there are a lot of manipulative people on this app that they put topics up, but not in good faith. They want the arguing, the chaos. They want everybody yelling and screaming at each other. And even the quote unquote men that protect BLK women and all that. A lot of them are very, very shady. I remember going on one panel and I mentioned the femicide rate, and the host, a so-called progressive, protect BLK woman host, got super offended and defended a degenerate. So I would say that, like in this room, I block most men when they come up here because I'm just like, they're probably going to say something crazy or whatever. But if I realize like they're actually not a degenerate, I'll unblock them. But I would just say on this app to be mistrustful of people. Let everybody show their hand and ask questions. Ask your mutuals. Ask people, or before you sign up for their program.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. Gotta be careful. Gotta be careful. It's evil. It's all evil. So we're going to go into final words. Cha-Cha, thank you for coming. I missed you. It was good to see you. Can you give us your final words?
Yeah, I think that men have to recognise that even if they're not broke financially, there's too many of them that are broke emotionally and intellectually. They are not reading, they are not challenging the misogyny and the misogyn word in specific that they are listening to that has came from these YT men podcasts. What they are doing is they're choosing their gender over their race and don't recognise that when these men are saying traditional wives, when these men are saying family and have loads of children, it is part of the white supremacy tool. and it was never for black men or black women, but they're glad of the support because it's a pyramid scheme. It is an absolute scam. It's teaching men how to be harmful to women that they don't know and feel entitled to women and think that they are logical, when there is no evidence that shows that men are logical and not emotional. Because if men weren't emotional, they wouldn't crash out on panels. They wouldn't feel the need to come into this space and tell women, oh, yous are all illogical because we are criticising the harmful men. You know, it's hit dog hollers, and I'm glad you're pointing out who you are because it gives us room to block you. But I think women need to just continue to be the protectors, the providers, and the leaders of the community and leave men behind. They need to be lonelier because they're far too dangerous. And we know that the stats in terms of the harm that happens to us is increasing year on year. So, and certainly, you know, men of every community, of every race, they're falling for the misogyny. We're never going back in the kitchen. We were never submissive. We are the creators of you. We birthed you. You're the copy. So how can you tell us that we're the ones that should be submissive? Especially when you're incredibly submissive to other men and especially to the white men. So lead by example if that's what you really believe. And, you know, come join the conversation. I'll land there. Thank you, Prosperity, for having me. I've been ill up and down these past couple of months, so I'll pop in and out and I'll see you again.
All right. I always
Thank
like
you
you
for
in the
having
company.
me. Thank
You're
you.
welcome. You're welcome, Cha-Cha. See you next time. All right. 5 minutes. Give us your final words.
At the end of the day, date whoever you want to date, be with whomever you want to be with, but understand that if you choose someone that does not have the means to give you the life that you want for yourself or your children, you're going to have to make a lot of compromises and give up a lot of things. And if that's okay with you, then by all means, go for it. But when we ask the question, should a woman date or marry a broke man, we're speaking to that point specifically. If he can't provide for you and protect you on the many different ways that those two umbrellas are referring to, then you're going to have a life where, in my experience, you're giving up more than you're getting in return. And sometimes that only comes with experience and age and knowing that potential is not always the thing that it sounds like it should be, the great thing that it's supposed to be. So that's it. I'm
All
eating
right.
my strawberry sundae just to let you know I got
What?
some. Yes,
Petty.
ma'am.
You super petty. I'm mad at you.
My pay meds called for it, and I was like, I'm gonna give in.
I heard
I
that.
still be buying
And you
stuff.
had to share that information with me.
I
You
did. I did. Okay.
petty. Super
I read the
petty.
comments.
All right. See you later.
Okay, bye.
All right, Bree. You give us your final words.
I'm a little jealous of that strawberry sundae. I'm just gonna say that. But thank you for letting me up here. And I do want the strawberry sundae. Broke men don't deserve women. That's where I land with it. And women, like, you should not subject yourself to a man who does not deserve you. And that is the problem that we're facing. But I feel like at the same time, it is a problem that we are addressing and we are challenging and we are changing. And so I would like to say that I think that's fantastic. And I wanted to say to you, host, I think that it's wonderful that you are somebody who is attempting to change the problem and to help our young Black sisters be better in that we don't have to do this. We don't have to do this. And you're a good auntie. I'm trying to be a good auntie. And like, we don't have to let our little nieces go through this. And we don't have to do this. And so thank you for having me. And I will say good night and thank you so much for having me.
Good night. You're welcome, and thanks for coming. See you next time. Cherie, do you want to?
Yes,
Do you have final words, or you want to hang out with us? Do you have a minute?
I can hang out for a little bit.
Okay. All
But
right.
I will say something. No, Prosperity, if it's
Okay.
okay.
hmm
We have seen a lot of these characteristics that typically women embody by men. It's almost becoming, it's disturbing, actually, not almost. It's very disturbing to see men be jealous, envious, emotional, irrational, loud, all the things that they say that women are supposed to embody those specific characteristics, they come up here and exude. And I feel like when she brought that up about the code, I really think she's on point with something. I didn't even really think that deep into it, but it kind of sent me, it touched my spirit when she said that too. So I know it's something spiritual, because I've been asking for a long time. Is it like a curse or something that's been put? It's you see it in real time, and how angry and evil and HATE-ful a lot of these guys are. I'm like, the amount of rage and HATE that y'all house is mind blowing. It's like, what are you so like? Go out here and do better. I absolutely do not believe that any woman should be dealing with a man that is struggling financially. I don't care who get mad. I'll say it a million times backwards for you should not be dating a man that does not have himself together financially. Men take pride in being able to provide. They take pride. A lot of them actually find their identity in their provision. And when you dealing with somebody who don't know who they are, oftentimes because they don't know whose they are, they don't have a relationship with God, you're dealing with somebody that's volatile. I don't care. It's dangerous. And this is why that precipitates the cemetery, period. And I'm gonna land there for now, but I've been listening at this tonight as usual, and it just never ceased to amaze how, and it's just getting worse. It just is.
Absolutely. So it says, and not to go with what you said, Cherie, just now, it says you can't serve two masters. Either you will hate the one, and love the other. So you have to, it's either you going, and I think that goes, there's another scripture. There's one that applies it to money. And then there's another it applies to, you have to serve, you're going to serve somebody. You're going to serve, either you're going to serve good or you're going to serve bad, right? And because you're right, they don't know God. They have no idea what he is. They just use the word to benefit themselves. We see this all the time. They have no idea what these scriptures mean. None. And I want to say this to the men. When you ask this question, it really makes you look away. If you have a complete man, what do you add? If you have a complete man, so this is a question that you shouldn't be asking, because clearly that man saw the value she brings. He saw what she added, and he added it to his life. Another thing, if you all have to ask what a woman brings, you shouldn't get one. Just get out the game. It's not for you. Because what we doing? You out here chasing stuff that have no value? What they say about you? Right? You want something, so obviously it has value. Because you want it. You want something that has no value. Like if you want something because it has value. Like, These questions y'all be asking is just like, what is going on? That's not your business what this woman brings to her man, and he's complete. He picked her. He saw value in her. What you doing in somebody else's business? And as far as it being only women on the panel, it's because most of you are cowards. And even you asking the question isn't on the panel. How does that look? You in the comments asking why there ain't no men on the panel, and you a whole man. Why you not on the panel? So the reason why there's no men on the panel is because they're afraid just like you. But it's a point for you being in the comments twiddling your thumbs. Because I'm going to tell you, just like you can get kicked off the panel, you can get kicked out the room. It's the same thing. So you're not safer in the comments, because I'll block you in the comments because you talk too much and you ain't going to use your voice on the panel. If it's entertainment, then you watch it. When you watch your TV, you're not twiddling your thumbs. You watching the TV and you're quiet. So treat this like TV. If it's entertainment, sit down, be quiet, and be entertained. Because when you do too much twiddling of your thumbs, we're going to put you out of here. Because I asked the same question, why there ain't no men on the panel? And here you are in the comments asking the same question, calling yourself a man. It's not safe over here for you all to be cowards. It's not safe over here for you all to spew emotional rhetoric. You got to come with some facts. We hold you accountable. I hold you accountable in here. You're going to be held accountable as a man. You're going to stand up as a man, or you're not going to be here. That's the difference between this space and other spaces. You ain't finna go back and forth with the women in the comments and be disrespectful. I'm going to get you out of here. You come up on the panel, you disrespectful, I'm going to get you out of here. I don't need your coins that bad. I will never sacrifice myself for some coins. My morals, they going to stand whether I get 2 coins or 500. Money don't move me like that. So you're going to behave yourself and be a man in here, or you're not going to be here. Spread the word. Spread the word. So I want to thank all of you. It's 480 of you in this still here with us. Thank you for everybody who's been here since we turned on the camera, and you're here when we're leaving. Thank you, Panthers. I know I love you the hard way, the long way. You know we come in here, we do all the things, we move this room, we tell TikTok what we need them to do, and it's done. I love y'all so much. Thank you so much. G.I. Jane, it's good to see you. Love you. For sure. MVP, one of my MVPs in the room. I love you, love you. We got to 838.1K. Let's go. What? Thank you for helping me reach all of my gift goals. I appreciate you. The love is real. Okay. This is a community. We stand together. We have these conversations. They're not easy to be had, but yet and still they will be had. So thank you so much, everybody, for locking in with us. I thank all of my mods for helping me do what I do. You make this easier for me. All of the mods that's in the comments, and even my panel mods, thank you so much. And my leadership team, thank you so very much. All of my panelists that come and hang out with us, thank you all. Love you all. Cherie, one of the MVPs in the room, I love you. Thank you so much. All right, y'all. Whew. That was a good one, wasn't it? So remember always to be kind to yourself every day, because you can't depend on anybody else to do it for you. You see where we living in? Okay? So speak kind to yourself. Lift yourself up first, because when you're kind to yourself, it's very easy for you to do the same to someone else. I ain't say lay down for nobody. I said be kind, right? Don't perform for nobody. If you don't like, just keep around. Don't say, try not to hurt their feelings, but try to be kind as much as you can, right? Sow good seeds, because good seeds will always reap a good harvest for you, not just for yourself, for your children as well. I believe in that. I live by that. And I have experienced it over and over and over again in my life. There has never been a need that has not been met in my life. It's because I sow into other people, even if it's just kindness. So I always tell you what I live by. Don't forget to treat yourself every single day, because 5 minutes when you eating that ice cream, it feels good to you to eat your ice cream so much that you want to brag about it. So be kind. I mean, be kind to yourself and treating yourself every single day. It's a non-negotiable. You have to do it every single day. I love you all. We'll be back tonight between 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and 12 a.m. I'll always let you all know exactly what time it is. You can either come on my page and see it, or I'll send it in your inbox. So remember, Panthers, we got some wonderful things coming. And please, y'all, I'm going to post some things in the Discord. I really want to get y'all opinion. So I'm looking for your answers, okay? All right. Love you all. Oh, I want to say this. I saw a video, y'all, ladies. And this is in Florida. This guy was walking down the street and just hitting women in their faces. Just randomly hitting people in their face, right? Listen, if you got it on you and you walking down the street, keep your finger on it. Keep your finger on it. Keep your finger on it, okay? And be safe. Just look out. Watch your surroundings. And first, if you're a believer, pray for your safety and your family's safety. We are living in a time right now. I can only give you what works for me, okay? Yeah, keep your fingers on it. That's it. Love y'all. We'll see you all tonight, between 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and 12 a.m. All right, y'all. Whatever you got, keep your fingers on it. Right? He got locked up, but you do know copycats always arise. They So be safe out here, ladies. I love y'all. Take care. Panthers, I love y'all. Keep them paws up. All right, we made it.
We
We made
made
it. We made
it.
it. We made it. Woo! Got
On
the
the
point.
river,
We made it over the river, by the river.
in a little tent.
In the
Kari,
name of the Lord.
that ain't the worst. You ain't even try to
I'll just
look
keep
at the
saying
word.
words until I get it.
You got them right there. Just read it. Just HAC. You're going to have to
I,
work with them.
it hurts so bad. It hurts so bad. I've been grounded today, and I've been grounded here. I've been grounded across the street in the court. All my life I had to fight.
Where was you grounded?
I mean, it's just been a lot, and then I'm working so hard. I'm working overtime over across the street in the court.
Okay.
I'm producing movies,
You producing
bringing
movies.
in stars. I'm setting up the green room, and it just hurts. It hurts that Kari doesn't want to do the song. It hurts
Oh
a
my
lot.
god. Okay. Look,
It's a-
one day we gonna have to get on the court, and I'm gonna call you on the court so
Oh
that
my.
you can help me learn this dang song.
Now you
Look,
doors.
Miss Brightside, I put the words, and I said, in case she doesn't have YouTube, I actually downloaded the actual video from YouTube and uploaded the actual video to the court.
You did. Like
I
I ain't
mean,
got
it
no
just hurts so bad.
excuse.
Like,
She said that real low. She did.
we got Dr. Prosperity Moss Clark running the choir here. If we miss a note, she gonna hit us with a shoe across the room.
I am not.
And all the pressure that we're under to perform. There's like every great show has a band. The Tonight Show has a band. All the shows have a band.
They do.
We the Prosperity Show band, Dr. Prosperity Moss Clark. And this is a great opportunity for me. And even though I hired myself as an unpaid intern, it's standards.
Very.
Okay, it's standards here. It's standards.
And like when Prosperity throws a shoe, it like comes around, rounds like a boomerang. And it's scary because it come out of nowhere. Like all of a sudden there's a shoe in front of you about to hit you in the face and you got to duck. Like it'd be scary.
It'd be
Up in that
scary.
choir stand.
And everybody saw the Clark sisters. They know that Dr. Prosperity Moss Clark runs a strict program.
Right.
I know y'all see, I be on other panels. I be way out of line over there, but when I come over here, I be quiet again.
You be quiet again. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. You know, when you said the court, I looked, I was like, you know, I'd never be looking. I was like, oh my goodness. Y'all go over there and you can misbehave in the Discord. What you can't do over here, you can do it over there. Cause they be cutting up a little bit. A little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Right, Carby? Just a little.
It just hurts. That's all. I mean, I'm just.
Cherie, you don't have
Shut
to be
up.
on. You don't have to be on thing. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was hoping my fan wasn't making the making noise, so that's why I
No,
had
we
to
can't
mute.
even hear it. I can't hear
Okay.
it. Mm-hmm. Yes, but we got through that one, boy. That was a rough one, wasn't it?
Mhm.
I
This,
think.
the emotional part is what's doing it for me. It's scary to me, y'all. It's really frightening for me to see how emotional these men have become. I ain't never seen nothing like this before.
Yeah, it's something. It's deep, ain't it?
I'm like, oh my goodness. He up here screaming and hollering and hooting, and then the other one up here. I'm like, what is happening?
You ain't got to listen to her on my panel. Like, what kind of disorder is that? What kind of dysregulation is that?
That
What
was a
kind of...
demon. Like, I'm not even trying to be funny, but that seemed like a demon to me. I couldn't remember what the right term was, but it seemed like something was on him because it was like he was very, very. Every time you tried to establish order, it enraged him.
Mm-hmm.
It
And
it
you
it
know
was
why, AJ? I didn't mean to cut you off, but you know why? Because he's saying that he's the chosen one. He is self-proclaiming. You heard him.
yeah.
When you worship yourself like that, you asking for problems.
Yep. And what made me think of is we talk about the culture. There's this culture of depravity, but it's underwritten by ungodliness. Like a lot of ungodliness. When you they look up to certain people, certain like famous celebrities that have they have a picture of themselves in a sweatshirt that says "Do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law." That was a famous person that worshipped the other side, and that is what they uphold. They uphold that whole self-centered, do what you want, but then they sprinkle it with Jesus and misquoting the Bible so that to disarm people and make people think that they are what they're not.
Then the one up here that was going back and forth with Prosperity about the scripture that he couldn't. I'm like, you can't comprehend what I'm almost dropped sleepy, and I can comprehend what she's trying to say. All she's saying is that nobody is blessed over another one, whether you married or single. God loves us all the same. He just said that he gives you favor if you choose to get married versus living in sin. You get favor for that. How are you not comprehending that?
Right. But he got tripped up because, for one, they be emotional and they can't hear. The emotions be in their ears, so they can't hear real good. What he was doing was, I was saying the individual, he was saying the marriage.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? Like, he was only talking about the marriage, but I'm talking about the individuals in the marriage. And he couldn't
Get that.
yeah, he
Mm-hmm.
couldn't separate the two. And that's bad. That's real bad. Could you imagine trying to communicate? And here's what happens in those kind of relationships. Trust me. They get upset with me and my kind because I don't do what their wives do for them.
Exactly.
What their wives do is come down to appease them, right? She strokes the ego by not making him think that he's as foolish as he really is. So what happens is they end up lying to them to keep them feeling like a man. They stroke the ego. But when they meet somebody like me, I refuse to stroke your ego. And they can't handle that because the people in their lives don't do that to them.
And
When
that's why you could never be with a weak man, because he would try to put hands on you. Those kind of men would try to put hands, feet, or do something worse because they cannot take being challenged at all. And like you said, just like how couldn't hear what that one lady was saying because my phone was going in and out. I don't know what she's saying, but I do know that a lot of these women feel like because they marry, it's a flex. And I think in our community prosperity, they feel like it's two things that's happening here.
right.
Some of the women that are married feel like it's just a flex just to be married. And then the men feel like if you're not married, they think that they know how you think. So they feel like if you're not married, you don't feel worthy because that's how they feel. It's almost like if you not laying up with someone, because that's ultimately what it is, that something is wrong with you and you're not worthy of anything. And I
Right.
think that until those two mentalities change, we gonna continue to have lots of problems in that arena of arena of relationships.
Because what happens is they've drank the Kool-Aid. And what the Kool-Aid implies is that the men have tricked them into believing that their value is in being chosen by a man. That's their
Even
value.
when he's saying you make twice as much as him.
Mhm.
And not saying that somebody is, I do want to clarify that part. Not saying that you are worthless because you don't make money or you don't make a significant amount of money, but I do not think a relationship should be your priority. It should not be your priority.
Mm-hmm.
It just shouldn't.
Absolutely not.
And
Absolutely not. Go ahead, AJ. You can.
the other thing is there is real risk for women. So here's the thing: no matter how much you love a man, no matter how much you care about him, no matter how much you uplift him, no matter how much you support him, if a man has low self-esteem, and a lot of our counterparts have incredibly low self-esteem,
Yes, they
they're
do.
just not resilient. So if they have low self-esteem and they're so fragile, no matter how much you uplift them and honor them and exalt them and glaze them, if you have more money than them, you have more education, your business is more successful, whatever, if you're outdoing them in any material way, that can be a trigger and that can cost you your life. And so it doesn't matter how much you want to love him. He cannot reciprocate because his ego and his emotion got him in a box.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Spot on, AJ.
Yep.
And you can tell when they come up here talking, they just wish. I can tell sometimes when we made certain comments, they be like, "Ooh, I just wish I could with her," or whatever. You can tell that they would want to go there with you if they could. And that's why it's not safe to be correlating with some of these people if you are successful. I'm sorry. It's just and they try to weaponize that. Oh, y'all think y'all better. Y'all no, you think I'm better because if that's how you feel, then go get more education, go get more money, go get more skills. If you feel like it's bothering you that bad that women are thriving, because half of these women are, first of all, in order to reach a certain level of success, you have to have certain interpersonal skills. You have to understand just certain commonalities. And so with that being said, they have to know how to get along with people. They have to. There's no way you can climb the ladder when they be saying that these women are difficult and da. There's no, yeah, but that's at work. No. If she's intelligent enough to reach that level of success. She's intelligent enough to know how to do it in her home as well. She's intelligent enough to know how to stroke a man's ego. You learn. That's what college teaches you, more than just what's in a book. And that's the part that some of them just don't seem to comprehend when we don't care about y'all degrees and da 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 da. And we didn't talked about this before, but you learn so many skills that carries over and streams into every aspect of your life. So who wouldn't that's that successful wouldn't know how to do that with a man that they dating? That it don't even make sense.
Thank you, Lavender. Yeah, but it's not like you don't know how to do it. It's just that you don't want to do it. I don't believe that you should have to do that to get along with a man. Like,
I don't either.
I think that's one of the things that's broken. I think that I don't got time to play. I'm not getting ready to play no role for you. I'm sorry. And I've dealt with the man, with the man. Most of the men that I've ever dated are usually, they have a really strong personality, and I only get along with those kind, to be honest with you. I don't like a certain type. But I think that if you know that you have a strong personality, you can't date anybody. You just can't. It's not gonna work. It's just not gonna work. So you have to be careful to choose a man who is strong in his masculinity and not just not insecure. He has to be secure. That's number one. Have to be secure in who he is as a man. And a lot of men are not. And that means, unfortunately, a lot of people are going to be scratched off your list. You're going to have a short list. It just is what it is. And you have to be okay with that. You have to. So there's a treasure box up in the left-hand corner. It is a free subscription. And if you want it was gifted by Lavender. So if you would like to become a subscriber as a gift from Lavender, you can tap the treasure box in the left-hand corner at the top right under my profile picture. My profile. All right.
Yay, Lavender.
Yay. Thank you, Lavender. I appreciate you for the support. That's who I was telling y'all about. Talks about that, she talks about the marriages and the relationships with men who are in prison. And I was telling y'all that the other day, remember? Y'all remember?
Oh, I love her.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's Lavender.
Oh, I love her.
Y'all can grab her and follow her. She has amazing lives. I really, really love her
I
lives.
follow her.
Yeah, you get a lot of information. Lots. Yep. So, anybody, y'all good? Kari, you wanted to say something?
Kari was born by the river.
It was. Go ahead, Kari.
I'm being good.
What?
I'm trying to be good.
What you want
I'm
to
sitting
say?
here. I'm prosperity. I'm being feminine and I'm coloring.
What? You being feminine? What?
I'm being feminine and coloring.
Oh, that's so wonderful. You gotta be feminine. That's good. Yeah, I love her lives. But yeah, so that's the whole thing. And they would love to put their hands, because it's a shock to them. Like this lady talking to me like this. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, sure is. Like, who are you? Who are you?
And that's the problem. Prosperity has been too many years.
Princess Di, welcome to the family. And again, thank you, Lavender. I appreciate you. Princess Di, thank you. Thank you, Lavender. Welcome to the family, Princess Di. I appreciate you. We'll have somebody to reach out to you to put you in the other place that they be cutting up at.
Am I allowed to reach out to her?
Yeah, you could. You know how to put her in?
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. AJ gonna be reaching out to you. Make sure that you follow her back, and she will put you right on in. You can't see her? Oh, maybe she left out. She probably left out.
I got her. I found her.
Okay. G.I. Jane, she might have left out. I'll send it to you in your DMs. I'll send it to you. Yeah. So, yay, Princess Di. 2:15. AJ will be reaching out to you. All right, you're welcome, G.I. Jane. Yeah, so that's what it be. It's a shock because they're used to women pretending for them, you know.
But
And I'm really,
prosperity, we've been doing it too long. This is why we in the condition that we in, and this is why I believe that they are, oh my God, so comfortable in failure. Like, because people keep on stroking these egos and lying to them, and it's time out for that. This is why I'm so drawn to your platform and so many other women. I'm sure it is time to be held accountable. And then the first thing they say, women don't never take accountability. Sir, when the last time have you looked at the statistics? The women is carrying our community on their back.
mm-hmm.
So of course what more accountability do they need? They leading at home ownership, education, entrepreneur. What more? I'm trying to figure out, what are they meaning when women aren't being held accountable? Oh, because these women have, mainly the state make most of these women put y'all on child support. Number one, I think that's some of the reason why they be saying women need to be held accountable. I think all of that is a revenge thing because they're angry. A lot of them are on child support and stuff. And they angry because of that. Because I don't know what other, the women had a custody of the kids that y'all abandoning. So what I'm trying to figure out, what more accountability are they saying women aren't being held to? That's the part I don't understand.
I don't know either. And they never can tell you either. They can never tell you.
Yeah, prosperity. Remember, I had that question, and that
Yeah.
man flat out couldn't answer it.
Yep. They can never tell you because they
Yeah,
don't
women
know.
need to be held accountable. Oh, why? Because women do their background checks and they find out that y'all be cheating, and so y'all get mad about that. Women check and they find out you DL, you get mad about that. Women, so is that what women need to be held accountable for? Because it's something underlining with that.
Mm-hmm.
It's a
Yeah.
reason why you saying women need to be held accountable. It's something you're upset that you've been exposed about or something.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It's something, and then it's just talking points that they hear somebody say something, and then they run with it.
Yes, cookie cutter.
Yeah, they run with they just mimic. They like parrots. They just repeat. And then when you tell them, okay, what does that mean? Let's dissect that. Let's really get to the core of that thing. They can never do it because they lack the knowledge of it. It's just a talking point because I can't say nobody, but a lot of people don't challenge what they say.
Mm-hmm.
And they're really used to not being challenged, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so when you say, okay, let's break this down, then they try to evoke the emotional part of it because now it's going to distract you from what you asked them.
And that's how they used to run in their relationships, because everything is crotch level for them. So they resort to how they used to, and that's how they used to manage in their relationships. Just like what you said, prosperity, with the whole, now I got to get loud and I got to start manipulating, because most women gonna fold when you do that. They gonna be like, okay, I must just sit. I'm a fold because I don't feel like arguing. That is what's happening in probably over 80% of these homes.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
I don't want to argue. He gonna get mad at me. And when those type of weak men get mad, it's a price to pay.
Yep.
So they don't want to deal with that. They be like, I would just rather keep my pretend relationship on social media so I can keep posting these cute pictures, make it look like I got a nice family, and so I just gotta fold and be miserable knowing that I'm not happy here. No, I'm not. No.
Right. And it's really something. You think about it, it's something, boy, but they're not, like I said, I've dealt with men in real life that has some of these same characteristics and the same belief systems. You know, I literally have really did this in real life for real.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really amazing because I told y'all, like, I had a group of male friends, like, and it was like a lot of different ages and different backgrounds. Some was married, some was divorced, some was, you know, and I think the oldest one, again, he was around 80. And he was horrible. He was horrible. But then, you know, towards the end of his life, because he did eventually pass away, he became the sweetest man, one of the sweetest men in the group. So he was just very honorary, very disrespectful, disregarding to women. I remember one time he told me, because he was super disrespectful, and he was like, yeah, I know you don't care nothing because the way she treat men's, you know, the way she treat the men's, you know, she don't got no respect for the men's. And I told him, I said, sir, you don't look like my father. Now, if my father walked through this door, you'll see me give him respect because he earned it. He my father, right? Like, I don't know who you think you are. You know, I don't understand. Like, what do you think that I owe you something for?
Mm-hmm.
I give you the same level of respect as you give me, you know, and that didn't sit well with him. And he just was do all kind of underhanded stuff. And I was right there in the paint with him, like, I'm your match. And so at the like I said, at the end of he got a better understanding, and he admitted that to me. He admitted to me how he felt about women. We had a conversation. We had a long conversation about it. He gave me a lot of understanding. He was extremely bitter. It was crazy. But like I said, he had cleaned himself up, because usually, I don't know, but it's always the same. Like, they have this nasty personality and they be nasty. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, they have this it's almost like a nasty spirit, and they be nasty. Like, their nails be dirty, they clothes don't be clean, you know, without kind of like putting his business out there. But as his mindset changed, because he told me, he said, you know, I love this, because, you know, he came and admitted to me, you know what I did last night? And I used to try to avoid him at all costs. I did, you know, I sat down and I went through my albums and I saw my church music. And, you know, I put that on and I sat in the middle of my flow and I just listened to my music and I shared a couple tears. Do you know how happy my heart was in that moment? Like really, in that moment, my heart was so happy. I just didn't show it to him, but I was so happy. And then later on, you know, in the conversation, I was like, I'm so happy for you. Like, you know, and he was like, you know, you all right. You all right. And I was like, well, thank you. And we ended up being like the best of friends. Like, he had a breakthrough, you know, from that bitterness. And, yeah, he was able to see himself, and he was a much better person when he left here. So yeah, I'm used to that.
And then for the guy that said, how come women date him? I'm going to tell you how women, and a lot of women end up dating these guys. Have you ever heard the rhetoric that we only date young? I don't want no old, bitter. So a lot of them will go get young, impressionable people that don't know any better. It's not that they don't want to date women they age because they so bitter. Because again, a lot of these women got a lot going for themselves. They know how to get along with people. No, they date young, impressionable people because you're able to get away with stuff that you're not going to get away with people that got sense about it. They see what you're doing. They recognize game. They same age as you. They know what's going on. So that's why. That's how. And then even if they is dating in their age range, a lot of these guys are manipulative. Let's just keep it 100. Y'all sit up and laugh in these locker rooms or wherever you at, barbershops. So y'all be knowing when y'all come in here, it is just astonishing to me that you come in here and act brand new. Like you ain't never seen, you ain't never heard. No, you absolutely have these same conversations in the barbershops and stuff, and y'all laugh at how y'all be fooling women. Y'all are
Yes,
even
they
saying,
do.
well, you shouldn't have got pregnant by him, or oh, you tapped out of the live, AJ.
No, she
I
tapped
think
herself
she
out.
tapped out of the live.
Yeah. Yeah, they laugh about it. It's so funny to them. Seeing women hurt and be, mistreated, that's a game for them. They like
Mm-hmm.
those.
Yeah, she came by, had the other lady in the house. She was banging on the door, to crying, telling the other, like y'all don't actually have these conversations, and it's actually unfortunate because the time that y'all take playing these games all these years could have been time you could have been building, creating family traditions, building generational wealth. This is why you guys are low on the totem pole. And when we say stuff like that, you get triggered, you get angry. You need take that anger, bottle it, shake it up, and then disperse it in an area where you can get some more skills and get some more education, and also in therapy. That's what you do with all that emotion.
Mm-hmm.
You know what gets me is they don't like women. They don't care about women. They don't care about children. And they see pregnancy as a punishment, a way to shame, mark a woman, destroy her. So all of this stuff is like a game to them, which is why that sinister laugh they do.
Yes.
They're up on the panel and they do that sinister laugh. Even the
Yep.
so-called good guy, the one with the fake deep radio voice. Because they're malevolent creatures. And here's the thing. Yes, we are living through some rough times. Yes, our people have been through some things and are still going through some things. That does not mean that we still don't have to be good human beings. That does not mean that we don't have a choice about who we're going to be, what we're going to be, and what kind of people we're going to be. So those things don't cancel each other out. Being quote unquote oppressed doesn't give me a license to be a crappy human being. And that's what they don't understand.
Mm-hmm.
And then when we gonna have these real conversations, maybe not over here, but I'm talking about with them, about all of these, what they call them YNs, out here doing all this stuff to each other. Why don't y'all take that energy to the right place? And I'm gonna be, responsible with what I'm saying. But why don't y'all take all that energy to where it need to go? Eye for an eye type of energy. Why? And we tired of marching and stuff. They take the men to stand up, and y'all go put that energy where it's supposed to go instead of tearing up the neighborhoods. And I never understand that. Why is that in our energy not where it should be? That's how I know a lot of these dudes is cowards, because you got women that are stand 10 toes down harder than some of these men will with stuff. That one girl, she barricaded herself in her house, and unfortunately,
Thank you, Miss
some years ago they came in and got her. She was not playing with them.
No, not at all. And that's the thing, they won't do it because it's hard. Just like they won't go to school because it's hard. It's not easy. They want everything that's easy. Something almost given to them. They don't really want to work for much. It's not easy to stand up against people who lord over you. That's not easy. You're gonna have to suffer a little bit, and they don't want to suffer. So they rather, do it to people who they believe they can get away with it.
It's a mess.
Which is really something, ain't it? When you think about
AJ, if you don't come off mute,
it,
type it in the comments.
AJ crazy.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just, and you said and to the catering to the and that's what I'm saying, because we need more people to the way you combat some of this energy. And like I said, y'all, I be trying to speak responsibly when we had these type of conversations here. But the way you combat some of that energy is to get in the game. You can't sit back and keep complaining when you're not teaching your kids or nephews or anybody that you mentor. If you're not even choosing a mentor, tell them to get in the game, go into law enforcement, tell them to go for, don't, once you get in law enforcement, work yourself up to being a detective, work yourself up to being an attorney, work yourself up to being a judge. That's how you get in the game.
Mm-hmm.
How you gonna win if you ain't even in the game? Then
Right.
you sit up here and want to complain or bully the women in your community because you not fearless enough to get in the game. But when we have these conversations, you get triggered and you get mad, but it's the absolute truth. I'm not saying anything that's not factual. These are facts.
Yes, they
I'm
are.
tired of seeing y'all lay down and then want to come bully us and talk about weave, wigs, and lashes and stuff when every time you turn around, we marching because y'all won't go over there and get in the game and stand up.
Some of us ain't marching no more.
A lot of us ain't because it don't make no sense. I'm like, y'all got to start getting off y'all knees, period. And it ain't no other way to say it. I don't know. No, I usually try to bite my tongue or no, y'all got to get up off y'all knees. And then, like I said, you over here fighting with women. Who does that? What man you know is fighting with a woman because she trying to look good? Because women been playing with Barbie dolls and playing make believe for centuries. All of a sudden, the last 5 to 7 years, maybe
Yeah.
somewhere around there, it's a big deal about wigs, weaves, and lashes. Cut it out.
So let me ask this question. This just came to me. You know who don't be talking about wigs, lashes, and nails?
I'm ready for it.
Rich men,
They really don't.
wealthy men.
They really don't. I promise they don't.
They
Because
don't
I'm
be
around
talking
them
about
all the time. I'm around them all the time.
it. They buy their women the best hair.
They really do. And they like when you switch it up for them too, because that's all I pretty much date. They love when you they be like, oh, what and then I'm gonna tell you what they really like. They like when you call them before you get ready to go to your appointment. And they
Yes.
like when you ask them, like, what color should I do
They
today? Or
love
what
that.
color nails? What color? And I had this one guy I used to talk to. Soon as I ask him, my thing would go off. I was like, you done sent the money for me to get, because I want you to get that blonde, or I want you to get that,
Right.
I want you to get them blue,
You
yeah.
know how you
No,
do
they don't care
that? I
nothing
want
about
you to
that.
do it like this, right?
Yep.
Like when I cut my hair. I had a short cut for a little while. I didn't want to cut my hair, but I did. And it was, at the request of my man at the time. And it was so nice. He knew what he was talking about. And I was like, okay. He was like, just try it. Just try it. It was so nice. My short cut. I kept it for a little bit.
I've been
But
thinking
yeah.
about getting a pixie too.
Yeah,
I said I'm
I
in a
might not
curly
do it
girl
now.
phase,
I
but
don't
I'm
know if
thinking
I
about
do
getting
it
a pixie.
again. But yeah, I mean, yeah. Cherie, you want to start over?
Yeah, I think cause I was like, I like the curly girl, or either go short, super short curly too and get some color.
Okay.
I don't know. I've been thinking about something, but
Yeah, your
I'm just
curl
waiting
pattern
till
is
I'm done.
good.
Once I'm done with school again, then, cause right now it is what it is.
Right.
But once I'm done with school again, I'll probably do something fun.
Yeah,
You said rich man, poor man say it costs too much. Go natural, sir. How many rich men do you know? First
you
and
said
foremost, anybody that
None.
got money in their name, they broke. Anybody that's on the internet that got money in their name, I promise you, sir, it's time to go get some skills.
I'm telling you, that's the whole thing right there, though. But that's the answer. They'll always give you the answer. They so pressed about it because it costs, and they understand that they'll be asked to pay for it, and they don't
I
have
be
to.
forgetting about that part,
Yeah.
because I don't really deal. I mean, I ain't trying to other myself, but I don't really be around them type like that. So I forget
Right.
when I come on the internet and actually be exposed to them again. I forget that's a broke mentality. I forget
Yeah.
about that.
That's
Yeah.
why I said you don't really see rich men complaining about that. They don't complain. Most times they tell you, here, baby, here goes some money, go get your hair done.
I
You ain't
did
got
feel
to
them.
ask them.
Oh, go ahead, Prosperity. I'm
You
sorry.
don't have to ask them, baby, come to him with a sad story. It costs this much. No, they really ask you, well, how much, how much is it? How much would your hair be? Well, you got to go. Oh, okay. Well, here you go. They don't really be pressed about stuff like that. Not at all.
I got
Mm-mm.
my hair done today. I
Oh,
texted my
just
daddy like about 3/4 of the way through. My daddy's texting me. He's like, "Did we already pay?" And
hmm
I'm like, "No, we didn't already pay. How much is it? 115. Ding."
yeah. They want you to be happy.
I actually did marry a rich one, honey. That's why he put me through school. That's why I'm able to do what I do now from years ago because I did. But we don't really get personal on here. But what I will say is this: how many rich men do you expect the women in your community to be able to marry when all of y'all broke? You got to make it make sense. So where they supposed to get these rich men from?
Not from our
Cause
community.
see, y'all playing in the same sandbox, throwing STDs around, STIs or whatever we're supposed to call them. I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all playing in the same sandbox, passing BV around,
This is a
causing
sad time.
chaos, manipulating, instead of going to get skills and going back to school and elevate. So where these women, what they supposed to do? Either they gonna not deal with nobody at all, or they got to be exposed to the foolishness with what y'all got going on. So
Absolutely.
let us know. Let us know where they supposed to get somebody that's worthy from.
So
That's what I'm curious.
outbreak community. I just wanted
Hi,
to say your thumbs. You got it.
how y'all doing?
I'm well.
This is a sad conversation that y'all having,
Okay.
and
Tell me why.
I was scrolling through TikTok,
Tell me
and you
why the
guys grabbed
conversation
my
is,
attention.
is sad.
It's sad because there are so many paralyzed men in the world today, unfortunately, and there are so many of our women who are rising to the occasion of life and packing and developing and building and it's all backwards, unfortunately. And with that being said, I can hear the frustrations. I can hear the struggle for those of you who are heterosexual women. You're looking for a man, but then the pick'em is far and in between. And so it's just sad. It saddens my heart to hear beautiful, powerful women struggling with the fact that they're trying to seek out that which belongs to them, and it's like it's hard to find. But it's not impossible, but it is hard. But I believe also that there are some things that you, our counterpart, have missed out on that is somewhat preventing many of you in so many different areas from receiving that which you're looking for as well. Yeah.
You know, if I could have anything in the world right now, I'm gonna be honest with you. It would probably be a private jet. It definitely wouldn't be what you talking about. I promise. I promise you. And this is not being facetious or anything. What that you have to understand that a relationship with a BLK man is not a priority for a lot of women that got their stuff together. And I'm trying to I almost went there. I'm sorry. It almost slipped. They got their stuff together. They don't, that's not the priority. Especially when you reach a certain maturity level, you understand that you have to understand that, first of all, God comes first, and then you come right after that. You, me. So another person is just simply not a priority. Whether I meet them, whether I don't, and I'm sure a lot of women feel like this, it's just simply not a priority. I am out here enjoying. The part that's sad more than anything is that a lot of you guys don't think life can be enjoyable without laying up with somebody or entangling in with somebody. If it's toxicity there, there's no joy in that. That's the sad part. So you go find and have a life that's fulfilling without that part of it. And you have to be okay with understanding that that just may not be a part of your life. That's okay. It's so many other enjoyable things to do with your life. Go ahead, AJ. Or Prosperity. I'm sorry.
It's
I
okay.
see AJ.
It's okay. Go ahead, AJ.
I was just gonna say,
I'm gonna come back to you out.
none of us are looking for a BLK man. Let me just be very clear. So there's two kinds of women on this panel. Well, a few kinds, but there are those that are happily married and established in their good relationships.
Right.
And then but that
involved.
Yeah, involved, whatever. But the thing that makes the most difference to me, and I can only speak for myself, I cannot speak for these ladies. I come to this panel to fellowship with other ladies, to learn from them. I've learned so much here about business, about life. These women have raised and are raising phenomenal children. But the most important thing is for any young BLK women in the comments to learn to stay away from BLK men. Like, if I don't do nothing else, forget about me being published in the Journal of Chemical Physics and all that. Forget about every other accomplishment in my life. I want to save any BLK woman that hears my voice from being one of the 7 BLK women that BLK men unalive every single day, just about, in these here United States. I want these BLK women to hear my voice, to not put themselves in harm's way of getting taken out by a man like the Lieutenant Governor, Justin Fairfax, who was, somebody tried to say he was not BLK American. At his law school graduation from Columbia University, his father presented the manumission papers when their last ancestor was released from bondage. So y'all are dangerous. Y'all are the number one cause of harm for our community. And so there is nothing about y'all that we want in the Lord.
Go ahead, Outbreak. You can respond.
This is crazy. Well,
What's
listen, let me, first of all, yeah, this is I thank God that he let me stop on this platform. I know I am going to be swarmed by a bunch of powerful sisters, and bless the Lord for that. But this is crazy. The craziness is what I'm saying is that, unfortunately, let me do this first, if it's okay. Let me apologize
You
for
don't have to.
every.
No,
Yeah, I
don't do
Yeah.
that, because you're unable to do that.
I'm not unable to do that.
You are.
I'm gonna tell you
You're
why.
you're
I'm gonna tell you
unable
why.
to apologize for
Tell you
all the
why.
other men.
Can I tell you why I'm not? Because I am a man. So and they come from the same species I come from.
Yeah,
They
but
was created by,
you're not
but
able
they
to
was created by
apologize.
the same God that I was created
But
by,
you're
and
not able
unfortunately,
to effectively apologize for other humans. You didn't do anything to us. So
that
that's like that.
neither
It's
and
just a
neither.
sentiment, and it's really
Right,
his
but
problem.
neither did Jesus. If you're a believer, he didn't do anything to anybody either, but he apologized and he was killed for
Did
all
he
of those.
apologize?
Oh yeah, he did on several occasions. He said, "God forgive them, for they know not what they do."
He said, "Forgive them." He didn't ask him to
That
forget.
is
Wait. He didn't ask God to forgive him for them. He asked
no,
God to forgive them.
and
So
right. So when
again,
you,
I'm going to say to you that you can't apologize and put yourself in that place of something that you can't do that.
I can do that, sister, and I do it
Okay,
all the
well, it's not
time
accepted.
by you.
No, it's not. Not
Is
probably by
that
not
your?
anybody in this room, to be honest.
Oh wow. Okay,
Yeah,
that's fine.
but why would you try to apologize for men?
Because men are paralyzed just as equally as women are. Most of us who are not walking directly in the things of God, dying to our flesh, but and rising at the point of life where God is the center of that, we are paralyzed.
So here's the thing. I'm a woman who don't believe in cliches. I don't believe in empty words. I just don't. So that's one of the I'm not angry about it. I just believe we say things because it sounds good. And to be really, really honest, like you can't say anything on the behalf of somebody else. You know what I'm saying? It's fruitless to me. You know what I mean? Now, I'm okay with having a conversation with you, but I think again, as humans, we just do things because it's cliche-ish and it's just really empty words. And I'm not real big on empty words, just to be real honest with you. So you may be communicating with somebody a little different than what you normally like to communicate to. I'm a deep thinker, and I think that we just say things just because. It's kind of like patronizing, and I really don't want to be patronized.
Yeah, no, I don't think that's my point of interest at all. First and foremost, I think that there is a lot of people who have been hurt by individuals, and they put everybody now, unfortunately, with those scars, you put everybody in that same box, and that's unfair to the rest of the world.
But what you're doing is coming up assuming that we're doing. No, wait, that's what it feels like. It feels like you're assuming that we're doing what we're doing because of this or that, without even asking us really why we're doing it. And as AJ said, this panel is representative about all different types of women. Some are married, some are heavily involved, some are divorced. There's just different. And to sit in the comments and assume that we're talking about this topic because it personally affects us or that we've been hurt is just assuming, and that's not fair.
Can I read a scripture?
Mm-hmm.
Or I'd like to read a scripture. I feel like it would be appropriate for this foolishness. Not directed at anybody in particular. John chapter 8, verse 44. You are of your father, the devil, and your will is to do your father's desires. He was an unaliver from the beginning and does not stand in the truth because there is no truth in him. When he lies, he speaks out of his own character, because when you cannot acknowledge the harm that BLK women are enduring every single day, you can't even mention it. You can't acknowledge it. You cannot say anything about it. That lets us know that you're full of nonsense. And again, I'm not directing this to anybody in particular. So I think that when you're trying to chastise people or act like we've been harmed, I don't need to be harmed. I don't need to touch the stove to know the stove is hot. I grew up in a community full of dust balls. And at a very young age, I said, oh no, not me, not ever. And my mother, thank God for my mother. My mother sent me, I grew up in New England. She sent me to boarding school and off I went to an Ivy League school. So guess what? I ain't even, in my popular younger years, I ain't even have to be around y'all like that, for real though. So what I'm going to say is that instead of assuming that we've all been hurt, some of us just got good sense and we don't need to touch the stove to get burned. We see what, your works speak for themselves. You know a tree by its fruit, and the fruit that you're bearing is up to 7 BLK women unalived every single day. Please acknowledge that. What do you think about that, Outbreak?
And real quick, just to attach something to that, for me, apology is changed behavior. But I'm listening. Go ahead.
So I think that that's unfortunate, and that's not fair. That's wrong. But see, I thank God that I grew up on two ends of the spectrum. I know what it is to be wealthy, and I know what it is to be poor. I never experienced those things. Me being a personal individual who owns businesses myself, I'm an actor. I make movies, I write books. I do all kinds of things personally that takes me out of that category. I'm not your normal average BLK man for that degree, to that point. So, but it's unfortunate that you, as a black woman, is experiencing or encountering, watching other women be unalived at the point of black men who have no self-control. That's not fair. But that's not all of us, though. You can't, I mean, it's unfair to those of us who are positive in our communities, for those of us who are feeding homeless people, for those of us who are taking out of our own personal pockets daily, weekly, monthly, yearly, and taking care of single mothers, taking care of widowed women, taking care of elderly people. We're going into hospitals, sitting and talking to people who are sick, giving money to college funds and things like that. That's not fair for us to be put in that category, because we're
Um,
not a
put
part of
you in
those.
who put you in the category?
Well, when I heard a statement that said that we are scared of the BLK men because all of them are unaliving women every day, and we need to stay away from them. That's not fair for all of us.
That's
All of us.
statistics, sir.
Yeah, but that's not all.
Did you
Okay.
did you hear me? I don't think you heard what I those are statistics. This is not us putting you, this is what the numbers are showing. This
But
is a
okay.
proven fact. If you look right now, it's proven that this is what's happening amongst us.
Can I
So
say this to you, sister? I mean,
Hey,
respectfully.
can you hold on for a second? Let her finish real quick. And I know. Go ahead, Sheree.
so this is factual information that 1 in 7 BLK women are being unalived by our counterparts. And so that's concerning, and all of us should be having these conversations, not just Prosperity's platform. It should be thousands of platforms, of panels on this platform talking about this. The best, like she said, the change behavior is the best way to show. And we're not seeing change behaviors because the numbers are going up. Every time you turn around, there's something in the news or on, in the media about some foolishness happening. And when you said I'm acting and all, this is what we hear all the time, that I'm doing something that, because let me listen. What we need is more BLK judges. We need more BLK men in the medical field. You got this one doctor right now. Nobody else could figure out how to do it but him. He started, the women have fibroids. He learned how to go in and safely remove them so they wouldn't lose they babies. We need more BLK men putting their brain to work, and actually, instead of worrying about who they going to sleep with, actually getting out here utilizing the resources that's out here to gain more skills and education. Bottom line, I don't know how else to tap dance.
Sir, I don't know. In the comments, I don't watch the news at all. I don't watch the news. I'm fully aware of what the news is. However, I read, I research, I do a lot of that, right? So it's not the news. And you said earlier, it's because we like the Pookie and Ray Rays. It'd be funny how the Pookie and Ray Rays be talking about the Pookie and Ray Rays. See, my thought of a Pookie and Ray Ray is completely different from yours. You're talking about the boys who stand on the corner and sell D-Buzz. No, I'm not talking about that. If you have had children with the woman that you didn't marry, then you went and had babies by another woman that you didn't, you, sir, are a Pookie and a Ray Ray. Yeah. So completely different. So it'd be so funny to me hearing the Pookie and the Ray Rays talk about the Pookie and the Ray Rays. Just saying. And majority of you are Pookie and Ray Rays. Yeah. Y'all didn't know that y'all don't marry women for real? So yeah, you are a Pookie. You, not you. You may not be, I don't know. But those, oh, I'm sorry, you got it. I know it's funny. Yeah, but that's the real. Because
Yeah.
that's not building the community.
Right.
That's dividing it. You
Right.
going from house to house making babies, creating broken homes, sir. You're a Pookie and a Ray Ray. Yeah. Go ahead, Outbreak. You got it.
You right though. I don't have no children. I do want a child. I think I was very selfish early on in my life, and I regret it daily. But if that's God's will, fine. If not, I'm raising other people's children. I'm cool with that. So yeah. Um, but I do understand that there are a lot of things going on. Oh, here's another thing. So when I was in um at one point I was an air conditioning technician, right? In one point of my life. I used to travel throughout the country, putting air conditioning units on schools. Then I would program those units. But what I had an opportunity to do in that season of my life was to be able to have access to urban schools, to private schools, like all over the place, right? And I used to, I also had access to schools in low poverty areas. And what blew my mind was that in a lot of the low poverty areas, those children in the African American school systems were reading books 5 to 10 years behind the schools where children were in private sector. Um, and that's a touchy topic for me, because when I understand that African American children were not being taught on the same level as my Caucasian counterpart children were, and we still had to overcome the barriers. We still had to overcome the hurdles. We still had to stand up in the same place where you stood up in and walk across that same stage, but we was not being trained and taught in so many different areas of the country at the same level, and we overcame, and we still got honors, and we still graduated at the top of the class. But the statistics that you guys talk about all the time, and the numbers that people always refer back to, that's always been worked by people that we don't consider our own. And they say that the white children are smarter than us. Man, how? I mean, we're not being taught on the same
So here's
level.
the thing. How? It's because most of our men are reading at a 6th grade level. That's a fact. I see that in real time. I see it in real time. I'm not so naive when I'm like, oh, I'm just going to believe everything I read. No, I research it. You have men who come up on this panel who cannot read my topics, my prompts, and I make them very, very base level. No big words. I speak in the terms and the language that we speak in, and they cannot read it. So, we can say, oh, well, we believe in those. No. I know that these stats are true.
I was
Because you can see it with your eyes.
I was born with dyslexia. I read backwards as an African American young boy.
Listen. Stop censoring yourself. And
No,
I
I'm
really, listen, do me a favor. I don't want to hear anything else personal about you at all.
Oh wow.
Because it's not about you. My topic is not about you. I didn't know that you even exist when I made my topic.
Right.
So I don't want to, you will never hear me be up here just talking about myself. And most of the ladies up here don't do it either. So I just ask you not to insert yourself and just talk about yourself when we're talking about these topics. If you're at the top of your class and you've been successful in all of those things, great. But the majority of your brothers ain't doing that. They're not. And we're talking about that. And as a matter of fact, since we're talking about it, you saw that these kids were being taught at 5 grades behind. Well, what did you all do about that? Did y'all gather yourselves up and try to do something different? Maybe try to build a school where we can get our children back at the... Instead, most of your brothers are talking about wigs, lashes, and nails, and none of that matters. None of it matters. While we have children who can't read. And I'm going to be honest with you. These young brothers are excelling. They're going to college and they're also finishing college. And some of them are not going to college to be doctors and lawyers. And these are the 20-year-olds, 30, they doing the thing. But I noticed that a lot of you all, 35, 40, 50, you all can't read. And I'm not saying you. So if you take that personal, I don't know what to tell you. Can't read. You make $43,000 to $50,000 a year on an average. And that means the majority. So yeah, we here to talk about that. Because that affects us. It affects our children. It affects us. It affects the community. It just is not good. So if you think, oh, y'all bitter, no. Because when they see you, they see me. And I don't like to be misrepresented. So that's it.
And the fact that it's defended to make 40 or 50, the fact that it's like, well, how many men do you know we make about, and that's a shame. And it's a shame. It's a shame. Like I said, I am so tired of biting my tongue. I can't do it no more. It is a shame to be comfortable making that type of money, especially if you
Yes.
have children. We got to stop playing these little preschool games, acting like this is a joke out here when our community is literally failing. And you got some of us out here grinding, trying to make sure we do all we can to make sure our community thrive. And we sitting up here defending men talk. Men, do you hear what I just, men, MEN, defending making $40,000 and $50,000 a year. Instead of being on these sites where y'all touching, listen, instead of being on these sites where y'all doing too much, y'all can be focused on getting more skills. Those are times, instead of watching these certain things, y'all should be going to school during them times, doing online courses, getting more trade skills, something. This is ridiculous what's happening out here. But we bitter. We're angry. Everybody should be angry with the community sinking like it, looking like it's looking. All of us should be bitter and feel a certain kind of way.
Mm-hmm. And mostly all of the women that you have up here are entrepreneurs. We make our own money. We make our own hours. This is why we can be here. Some of us make our own money. We create our own empires. You understand? That's just what it is. Ain't nobody mad. Who mad? I can go all day long on purpose. But when it's time to talk about serious stuff, I'm going to be serious. We're going to have this conversation. But no, mad, bitter for what? Nah, we good. But like, I'm not the type, oh, it ain't affecting me, so I don't care. That's most of the men are like that, y'all. As long as your little house together and y'all happy in your little four walls, you good. And that's not leadership. That's not a leader for me. Most of y'all not leaders because y'all don't care about nobody but y'all house. Your wife and your little 2 children. That's all you care about. How you a leader and you leading 3 people? Stop it. You ain't got a whole line of people behind you. You are not a leader, sir. At all. Because when you walk out your door, that whole leadership thing fall right off of you and the world think you a joke. Because you are. That's it. I tell the truth. I don't care if you don't like it. I could care less how you think about me when you leave. God bless you and good night. I'm going to say it. Cry loud and spare not. I don't care about your feelings. I don't care about none of that. Fix it.
This what y'all doing y'all downtime? No, this what we doing our uptime. This uptime. This what you do when you do what you want to do, when you want to do it. This uptime right here. And it's time to get up off your knees and do something for your community like we over here doing.
Hey.
This ain't downtime, it's uptime. Yep, this is what we choose to do in our uptime.
Hey, beautiful. Angela. She another one be fighting for us. Y'all been over there to Angela's room? If y'all ain't been to Angela's room, you better go on over there. Follow Angela. She has great lives. Great lives. Very smart. Hey, friend. Yeah. So we talk about this stuff and then we go right and have a good old time. We go get treats every day. We don't skip a day to treat ourselves. What? Get facials, all those things. Yeah, we treat ourselves. We love life. But when it's time to talk business, we're going to talk business. Y'all not doing it. Somebody got to do it. So, Did you want to say anything, Outbreak? Hey, Prairie.
Good morning.
Good
I'll wait till he
morning.
gets. I'll wait till he takes his turn, and then I'll come back on.
Okay. Outbreak, did you
I'm
got it?
listening. I'm listening to you guys.
No, we want you to say something. I don't want to silence you.
No, I'm listening. I'm listening. I'm enjoying it. I'll talk. I talk. I'm here to talk. I want to talk. Yeah. I do also enjoy the fact that I can sit with self-made individuals and have conversation. That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah. Prairie, you got it.
Oh my goodness, I love this prompt. You're broke, sir. You're barely taking care of yourself. What makes you think you deserve a wife and children? Engraved entitlement. Engraved entitlement. Their broke daddy had a wife and kids. Their broke granddaddy had a wife and kids. Their broke great granddaddy had a wife and kids. Their broke uncles had baby mamas and a wife. Their broke aunties dealt with a broke man. Like, let's call it their broke sisters have a broke man. And because they're in that cycle of broke, they can't get, they're losers. They're losers. They can't get out of the cycle of broke. That's what it is. They're broke. And they're losers. Whole family. Just a bunch of, everyone, listen, I don't care. I don't care what neighborhood you grew up in. You could grow up in a really nice neighborhood, and you got that one family where you're like, ooh, why are the kids' feet dirty? Like, guess why? That's why. Just a
What?
family of losers, okay? Like, just, ugh, you got dirty. Your fingernails are dirty. It's
Did you?
nasty.
Prairie, can I
Like,
say this real quick? Do you mind, Prairie? I don't mean to be
yes, of
rude. I
course.
just want to say one thing. The only purpose in life is to have kids, sir. The only purpose in life is to find your purpose and serve God. What are you
That's it.
talking about? Your
That's it.
purpose is to find what your purpose on this earth is and do God's will.
That's it.
That is your
We were
purpose. Has
created
nothing to do
for.
with laying up having no kids. He says you can be fruitful and multiply as a surplus. That is not your purpose. Lord have mercy. Sorry, Prayer. You can go ahead.
No, thank you, Cherie. I was looking at that. Look, it's engraved entitlement. They think they're supposed to get the wife appliance. They got socialized poorly. And again, I will always bring it back to this. You were socialized poorly. You are out here as just a shell. You are barely the things that make you a human being, your gut microbiome, your brain stem, your frontal lobe, all the
Yeah.
things. Yeah, you're a person. Sure. But if you're looking at the hierarchy of needs, so many men never reach the top two hierarchy. They never reach the top two in that triangle, right?
Absolutely.
So Maslow, who he put it into a triangle. He actually got it from indigenous people and from African folks. Like that's who he got it from. Oh, these happy people, how are they so in the worst that it is? How are they still finding these joys, these quiet joys, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, what it is they strove to meet their own humanity. That's what it is. You can't meet your humanity. They don't want to, because part of doing that is saying, I must get up and I must strive for better. No, poor men in the Bible didn't really have kids. That's not a thing. Most
They did
of
not.
the time, you gotta remember that, like, this is the first time in history, the last like 300 years, where poor men had access to women. So you're very wrong. You're the majority of like human history, and we're going from like Neolithic history to now, most men lived and passed away and never knew the touch of a woman. That was pretty much the common thing. Because
Mhm.
like the bottom 50%, and this includes like, hey, even guys who they had it, they just didn't have it as good as the next guy. They weren't getting, that's not a thing. That's not what happened. The
And
bottom,
if she's wrong, then give me a name of you know in the Bible who did. We like to prove facts. It's all about facts. Feelings can go somewhere else. Give her a name. I'm listening.
no, we can bring it to, listen, do you know God?
And what is he
I
talking
read the
about? We
Bible.
casting
God
spells.
does, yeah, like, okay, calm down. Listen, I know you barely read. I know that you barely read and you can't comprehend, okay? And you probably have a low fiber diet. That's why you haven't pooped. That's why you're in such a bad mood. But no,
Casting
you're
spells
just
would be this is gonna happen to you. That's gonna happen. And none of us said that. Stop it. It's foolishness. Please. Please stop. I'll be sounding all kind of
like,
dumb. It's like ridiculous. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
no, you're good. It's one of those interesting things of like men who don't, they read the Bible and they think, "Oh, these dudes who lived out in the desert, yeah, they still had access." The Bible doesn't talk about the everyday man that much. That's not a thing that was happening. Okay? Poor people, yeah, definitely overdue for a
You'd
Also,
be
gentlemen, go get your
you'd
prostate
be
exam.
surprised what God had people to do. God sent Isaiah to Hezekiah and told him he was going to lose his life. And Hezekiah was a wise man. He got his stuff together and he lived. So stop talking about God and for him when you don't even know him. You barely read your word and you can't comprehend it once you read it. So stop it. All right. I'm listening. Go ahead.
So,
Go ahead.
no, like, broke men, and I say this from a place of kindness, and I want you all, I'm going to hold your hand with a pair of neoprene gloves on that go all the way to my elbows. Okay? I'm going to hold both of them. You don't deserve anything. Rich men don't deserve anything. You work for your place into the world. It is an unkind thing to be poor and bring children into the world. It is an unkind thing. It
And
is a
then
cruel thing to do. To wake up and think that you, who haven't brushed your teeth, washed your butt, clipped your toenails, you got your baby toe is growing off at an obtuse angle.
prosperity, can I please? I'm sorry, Prairie.
Yeah.
No, you're totally good. I'm done.
No, I have to say this about don't weaponize the Bible when you come over here on this platform. We speak life and we trying to encourage y'all. Look at the statistics. Do better. Titus 2, 3, and 5. We are encouraging the women. We are. We know a lot of us know the Bible just like you. We don't weaponize it though. We're not throwing around scriptures to fit our narrative. And if you're gonna talk about Titus 2, 3, and 5, the God is not telling women to lay down and let men give them unalive them and get passing all kind of different viruses and bacteria all over the place. We are teaching young women what's best. That is what we're doing. We are modeling over here. You don't know these women individually. Mostly all these women have a business where they mentor. Almost every last one of them on this panel. So what are you even talking about? What you're not going to do is try to defame. You're not going to come over here and defame this platform. We're not going to do that here. So I'm sorry. I usually
Okay.
don't try to be rude, Prairie. I'm going to go back on mute.
So yeah, but here's the thing. Like this the thing. Like y'all be what's going on? So if we're given instructions, we would tell women to not be to make sure that you're living according to the word, right? To make sure that you're not watching porn sites when they get with you, right? Because if they do and they come to be one with you, they put curses upon their own selves by being with you. We also will tell them to make sure that they're with a man who doesn't practice sexual sin, right? Because if they come in together with you, then the sin that you have will now become their own. So that's instructions, right? I'm just saying, right? Because when you are looking at that coincide, you're not rehearsing scripture. It's the furthest thing from your mind. When you watching that woman walk past you with that big old butt, because like really that's a sin, because it says if you look at a woman with lust, you've already sinned in your heart. Okay, so yeah, we can. It's okay. Scripture is good, right? But we should be living according to them before we try to preach them, right? When you come over here, you have to make sure you girded in truth. If not, find somewhere else to play. This ain't the space for you. Do something else. And how do you know that God didn't send somebody to tell you you got a little bit of time to get it together? How do you know? Did you ask him? I suggest you do that, since you know him so well. Surely he won't have a problem with talking to you. It's full of knowledge. Get you one. Because yours is flat because you don't have a whole lot of knowledge up there. You need a lot of room because there's really nothing up there. Find somewhere else to play. This ain't the place for you. Go ahead, Prairie, you got it.
Actually, it says, "Judge not, lest ye be judged." Baby, bring the judgment on. Because I do good for my people, my community. Judge not, lest ye be judged, brother. You got not a lot going on. You got an AI picture with weird flames in the... maybe you shouldn't be judging. You're kind of the one that the Bible's talking about. Not me. I don't care. Look, I'm going to do exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to keep being good to my community. I'm going to wake up and I'm going to be a good thing every day. You're weird and sad. And you got a waterhead. You and the guy above you. Here's the thing. Don't say I got more money than you and your entire family and you got videos up and your house is dirty and your carpet needs cleaning and your kid's hair is dry. Like, you could never talk to me about anything you got going on money-wise, and your house is dirty and your carpets are dirty and your kids look dry. Like, you could never, in your raggedy, trifling, unkempt, unmoisturized life, say a thing to me with unmoisturized children. You ain't got a cotton picking thing.
Look, AJ, you still sleep. You woke. She been quiet.
AJ resting. Kari resting.
I'm awake, but my mouth is full. I was eating.
What you eating? You know we like to hear.
One of those egg white English muffins. Oh, that sounds good. I made some chicken noodle soup. You making me want to go heat it up. I made some homemade chicken noodle soup. I can't wait.
You know who have a good muffin with cheese, egg and cheese muffin? I think I might have said this before. Chick-fil-A.
Oh man, everything they got fire.
They have a really good egg and cheese muffin. It's really good. I don't know.
Peppers for breakfast.
You never had them for breakfast?
No, so every time I eat there, I get a tummy ache, and so I'm like,
yeah,
I'm gonna keep trying it.
What,
but I made
Chick-fil-A?
peppers this morning. Yeah, every time I eat Chick-fil-A, it doesn't matter what Chick-fil-A it is, I get a tummy ache. But I did make stuffed peppers this morning, and everybody loved them. So that's what we had for breakfast.
Be so mad at you, Prairie, because I can't come knock on your door and get some food.
I keep saying I just want to be a sheep.
Okay.
Just put me in the yard somewhere. I'll figure it out.
We're gonna do a field trip to Prairie's place.
Wendy's got some good sandwiches too, though, for breakfast. Wendy's do. I like theirs too.
Prairie kids
I
gonna be
don't know how
like,
to eat breakfast, but
her kid's gonna be like, "Who's that sheep with a cell phone, Mom?"
She gonna make me so surprised. We gonna show up at her house for a field trip. Baby, don't play with it.
With our
Right
little
in time for
tents,
breakfast.
our little tents and everything.
That's right. What? I told you I work. I work for food. Baby, I have a
You
boots on.
You
Just
will
ain't
not
picking up
need
the warm
tents. My
egg.
gosh. Let me finish getting the like I said, let me finish getting the it's not really a resort. It is like it's glamping because it's beautiful, very large 4-bedroom
Okay.
canvas outdoor spaces, but you won't have to sleep in tents. My
We
goodness.
know that
Oh,
you
it's
have
okay.
glamorous
Okay,
accommodations.
Jaguar.
It's just the principle of it, you know. I can't very well freeload unless I'm a working member of the farm staff. And I was just thinking, as
Miss
an intern,
Keisha.
I could be a sheep.
Yeah, I told you I bring my work boots. I just ain't picking up them warm eggs. I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
Anything else, I got you. I'm bringing my work boots. I'm gonna even get some overalls so I can fit in.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I work for food. Just feed me in food, ma'am. I mean, just pay me in food.
We got you. We listen. We have a lot of other things other than eggs.
Yes, I'm not picking up those eggs. Oh no, let me think. Yeah, nothing warm. I got it. I can work good. You going to, Cherie?
I'm going. Listen, y'all know what I'm craving? Some Raisin Bran.
Oh,
I love Raisin Bran.
have
I
you
am
seen them?
craving Raisin Bran.
Have you seen them in the store? I haven't.
Oh, I ain't had them in years.
Oh, oh. You know what I like every now and again? Special K. The corn flakes they have. Special K.
Mm-hmm.
I really like
You
those.
like some cornflakes? And when I do eat cornflakes, I chip up some kind. Well, when we used to be able to eat berries, till I find a farm I can get them from. I
Okay.
used to put blueberries and strawberries and stuff in mine.
Oh yeah, I just like the
Mhm.
Special K. I don't know, it's something about those that I want every now and again. You know?
We barely have any eggs left, and that's a flex, honey. I ain't listen. My kids grown. I don't listen for the most part.
Yeah,
Who
y'all
who
do
who
all that
mad?
cooking. What?
Who
What? I
mad?
done
Who
done my
mad about
share.
that? Listen, I don't know why men be thinking that it is offensive to say getting old.
You like them
Getting
too?
older is a privilege. Like
Yes.
if you live long enough, you gonna start aging too. That's when I hear people trying to use ageism as a dig. If you keep living, you gonna get older too. What we
Hopefully.
talking about?
Hopefully you keep living.
What are we
Hopefully.
even talking about? And this is let you know those type of people don't honor their mom, they don't honor their grandparents, because if you did, me and my grandma was best friends before she passed. You wouldn't even look at aging like that. I look at it as seeking wisdom from people that are older than me, the ones that have it, the ones that you can go to. But it's like who mad?
Nobody.
It's
What are we
unfortunate.
talking about?
You can tell nobody ever loved them.
Nah.
I love my elders. My aunts, in their 70s, 80s, 90s. My aunts in their 70s and 80s are still traveling. They're still traveling the world. I asked my aunt, I said, "Well, when are you coming?" She said, "Girl, I'm going to Greece. What you talking about?" I'm like, I'm like, so you just gonna leave us hanging like she don't have time for us? She do not have time for us.
Mm-mm.
And the one thing, the more you come over here, you're going to understand you can't manipulate nobody on this panel. I might be sleepy half the time, but you can't manipulate nobody on this panel. Telling the truth is good. You're taking it as offense says more about you. No, you stand in a space where you trying to insult the people that's on the panel says more about you. Because we over here chilling, as you can see.
Yes.
Nobody's over here angry, upset, or anything. You cannot manipulate. When y'all gonna understand? You can't come over here with that same stuff you use on them chicken heads y'all dealing with.
First, you have to be more intelligent than the people you're trying to manipulate.
Yeah.
And that just don't land well with most of y'all.
And we're born with all of our eggs and they don't
Right.
go anywhere, y'all. I mean, Jesus beat a 7th grade biology class. This is what This is what happens. Do we blame George Bush or do we dream? Are they, maybe they're, who was it that just said Too Real said it. A lot of these guys are products of the 80s.
Oh yeah, they the C-Rack babies.
They're C-Rack babies. They're rock babies. So they are functionally, they're crash outs. They don't have any capabilities of managing life. And this is what, I'm not arguing with a rock star.
No.
No.
And sometimes I be in my head trying to figure out what's the next project I'm gonna create. Like for
Right.
real. Sometimes I'm over here writing while y'all be talking, and I be like, ooh, I be mapping out the next thing I'm gonna create.
Because you are creative, because you are it's your artistry. I be doing the same thing, Prosperity. That's why I be cracking up when they be making little comments. I'm like, you don't understand why I'm so tired tonight, this morning. I'm just coming over here to support. You don't understand why I'm not, as articulate as I usually am when I'm in my full. You have no idea what my day consisted of, and it ain't your business,
I might be trying to design my websites or whatever. You just never know. I'm always moving around, always busy, always trying to figure out what I'm gonna create next. Oh,
Look at
I want
this
to
one.
say this real quick. AJ swears she exempt. She is. Like, I think because so many of y'all are so used to the struggle, baby, I went to boarding school and had a governess and a nanny. Like, you can't tell me about my childhood. I had a great childhood. Like, my mom was an embassy soldier. Like, no, here's the thing, jokes land. You say stuff and it doesn't land. You're not good at this. See, here's the thing. Here's the thing about comedy and humor. You have to be intelligent for it to work. If you're not intelligent, if you don't read, if you don't listen well, humor falls flat. That's how that works. Tina, Kari, AJ, Cherie, Prosperity, myself, we're all doing very good. I've always done very, very good. I had a friggin' nanny till I was 14. You can't talk to me about life because I can't. Our experience, sir. You grew up somewhere, I'm assuming. Let's go off of how you type. Somewhere in Jersey. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but I'm probably not. Like, you grew up somewhere in Jersey. We don't have the same experiences. That's just the reality of what it is. Your vacations, your parents took you to Myrtle Beach. Dirty Myrtle. Okay? Like, you're not talking, we're not having the same conversation. You went to Myrtle Beach. I went to Hilton Head. Like, two different families.
two different experiences. Y'all can hear me?
Yeah. I love me a posh BLK family.
I do too.
I love to see my BLK American princesses. I love to see when BLK parents are intentional with their children. If my friends, they either went to Sidwell or they sent their kids there. It's people out here moving different than you dust balls, and y'all don't understand it. When people are out here moving with intention, they have what's called self-actualization. That is the most powerful thing a human being can have. Because when you're self-actualized, you can have a dream, you can make it happen. And see, that's something that with all of the material wealth, all of the success that people like Prairie and Cherie, Kari, Tina, and I Am Prosperity and the other women on this panel have, that is probably one of their most, besides their wonderful heart and great character and great spirit, self-actualization is a thing that will cause everything in their life to multiply. And if the government, anybody came and took their business and took all their money, they'd be right back on top tomorrow, because the self-actualization is what pushes people to get things done. And see, when y'all don't have self-actualization, people that have it, it threatens you, which
Right.
is why so many of y'all take so many of us out. But see, there's a bunch of us that we not interested in that foolishness. So we get on these panels and we give y'all the opportunity to come up here and prove the point. Get
Yeah.
up here and crash out. Get up
So,
here and misquote the Bible.
so let me say this real quick. So, if you had it right, you won't be online. Tell me, how would you explain Timberland being on here, Tamar Braxton being on here, and all the other ones? How would you explain that? How would you explain that? They,
Prosperity.
like, I'm trying to understand. I don't
They
understand.
want let us talk. See, that's what we talking about, sir.
Wait.
That's what we talking about. Oh Lord, help
Thank you,
us, Jesus.
sis. I love you. Let me see. Where is it? Where is it? Where is that?
Let me reply to it. Sir, it's one. I'm gonna reply.
Can I say something?
Uh-huh.
One of our Panthers that is a self-actualized woman. I told y'all I worked on Wall Street a little bit, and one of the jobs that I did, I was a recruiter for this German software platform that a lot of major corporations use. This person, one of our Panthers, taught themselves. And not only did they teach themselves, the software is broken up into modules. So different parts of the software run different parts of the company. This person taught themselves multiple parts of that software. Just knowing one of those modules back in the 90s when I was working there, we hired them at like $250K back then. I don't think they understand what kind of people you have in this Panther group.
Say it again. Say that last part again.
I don't think they understand what kind of people that you have in the Panthers.
They don't.
These are some serious people.
Brilliant people.
Yeah. These ain't, they not for play.
And we're gonna be doing a showcase with the Panthers. That's why I'm telling y'all, Panthers, like now we're getting ready to do this on Wednesdays. We're gonna have a spotlight of entrepreneurs and people who have products and wrote books. We have authors in here with us that write really good books. Y'all will see. I'm talking about sharp. Love it. Listen, y'all don't know. People don't brag about their accomplishments, but they doing big stuff in here. Big stuff. Real big stuff. And I'm getting ready to pull them out and let them put them in the spotlight because, look, they need to know. People need to know what you're doing. People being here, y'all don't know some brilliant people in here that's doing very, very well for themselves. So, but we about to put it on spotlight. Right, Cherie?
Absolutely. And the thing is that when y'all come over here, the best thing you can do when you come to a panel like this is absorb. Instead of coming in here with your feelings on your shoulders, come over here and be a sponge and actually learn, because it's a lot of brilliant men that come on this panel too. It's a lot of brilliant people that come over here and be dropping straight game. And I love when Tom come in here, Tom the acquisition guy, he be dropping some jewels. Being real be dropping some jewels, giving job information out, giving you information about financial literacy. But yet y'all come over here insulting. Instead of, you see what we see in these hoods, y'all see the same thing that we see. And instead of y'all denying what you actually see, walking around with your eyes wide shut, you should be trying to get on board.
Yep. And that's the thing. And then we have some gentlemen in here that's doing some great things too in the community, in professional business. Like we have some sharp men that come through here and support the panel, support the platform. So they're doing good things too. So they'll also be spotlighted and they'll be able to tell you some things that they're doing and give out some very good information as well, which is always good because that's community building, right? It's community building. You get that good information, you take heed to it, and you follow and do what they suggested you do, and you come out pretty well. We got, some people that teach about investments and stuff like that. So yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot going on. We
You
got some
know,
brilliant people in here.
prosperity. I had a lady change my life when I was younger. And I tell this story sometimes, and I'm not going to go into the whole long thing, but I just want to say this part. Lady walked up to me. I was working with her. I was very young and I was doing registration at a hospital. And she walked up to me and she said, I'm getting ready to take this nursing program. And she told me where it was at. It was in Springfield, Illinois, by the way, at the time.
Okay.
And so it's about an hour or so away from where I lived at, which was in Central Illinois. And she said, I'm about to take this nursing program. It's a fast track program. Da 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 da. I had no clue at that time about those type of programs. So her and this other BOK lady, both of them were BOK ladies. This other BOK lady, she said something to me. She turned to me, she said, always go to school. If you ever go to school for something, go to school for something that requires a certification or a license. That way, nobody can ever hire their niece in place of you. Nobody can ever hire anybody that's not qualified. You get the job based on your qualifications, not because of just simply because of who you know. So you're going to always have a job because your certification or your license is always going to be needed. And with that being said, I said that to say this. There's so many jewels that people drop that you miss because because you focus on feelings instead of you coming in here with an open mind, ready to have a conversation. You don't know what you're going to learn from somebody or who you're going to learn it from.
That's true. Absolutely.
Lady, change the trajectory of my life.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So, prosperity, I had a pretty similar, I told you, me and my mom, when I was about 16, me and my mom, we were just butting heads. We were just butting heads. And she told me, look, we have two very dominating personalities, and we cannot be two queens in the same castle. I'm gonna help you get your house. I'm gonna help you get your own place. So that's what my mom did. She helped me. She helped me get my first house. I had my first house going into senior year. She put the money down. I paid the rest of the mortgage. Before I got out of senior year. Because, like I said, me and my friends, we had started our construction and roofing company summer of our junior year, and it became very successful. We were making really good money. Then we got our heavy equipment operations license all together. We did all the things. And it was my mom giving me that push, but it was also other women. Like, listen, I'm very even-tempered now, but puberty hit me like a Mack truck. Like, I didn't start puberty till I hit like 16 years old. I had a very delayed puberty. It hit me like a Mack truck, and I was destructive, and I was not on a great path for myself, okay? Them hormones hit me like 10 bulls coming down a very, very narrow street. It was not great. So I remember it was a lady, and I was on a site. For a job that we had took, and I was just destroying a piece of equipment. I was so angry. Nothing was going how it was supposed to go. I got out. I went to my truck. I got one of those real long repair wrenches. That thing was probably 3 feet long, and I just took it to the side of that. Machine, and just started to just absolutely wail on it. And the lady whose property we were working on, she comes out and she says, "Hey, don't do that." And I was like, "It's my machine. I can tear it if I want to. It's mine." And she was like, "No." She says, "I'm a customer. In front of your customers, you should never, ever show that kind of just like inability to have your emotions in check." And I was like, "You know what? Yes, ma'am. You're right. You are right." She was like, "Look, if y'all got to take off the rest of the day, take off the rest of the day. Maybe you come back tomorrow. You're feeling refreshed. You've got a new mindset. You're ready to tackle whatever the problem is, but leave whatever it is today right where this is." And
Mhm.
I took that and I said, okay, you're right. We left. We came back in the morning. I had food because I honestly, was low blood sugar. I'm not gonna lie.
You was
Probably
hangry.
hadn't ate nothing.
You was
Probably
hangry.
hungry. I was angry. Realistically, I was probably just angry. And I
Right.
probably had just had like 4 monsters and nothing else. And I came back, we had food, we figured out what the problems were. We sat down, we wrote it out, and I went and I told that lady, I was like, hey, I really appreciate you because I was on one yesterday. I like I said, I was not in my right place of mind, and you being calm and this older black lady, very wealthy. She's one of the people who owns one of the she's one of the people they own one of the Kumans here. Very, very. She was like, you have to figure out how you want the rest of the world to see you,
Mhm.
and you have to adjust your behavior to that. She's like, it doesn't feel right all the time, but that's the reality. That's the reality, is
Mhm.
that sometimes things are going to go sideways and you have to breathe and move through it. And I always say every great thing, every great spark and start in my life is because of Black women.
Mhm. Hey Jay, what you doing?
I forgot. Oh, I didn't mean to unmute the mic, but I forgot I had some Tic Tacs and I was trying to get into them. They were going to be my dessert for my breakfast. The fruit ones. In the
Oh,
Lord.
okay. Your dessert for your breakfast.
In the Lord.
Look, y'all a bad influence over here, Prosperity. You know I don't eat breakfast. I try to intermittent fast every day and don't eat until afternoon. Look, y'all got me wanting all kind of stuff. I'm about to get off here and go to sleep, y'all. I only got about 3 hours of sleep, so that
Oh,
I gotta get because I gotta be back up. But I have fun with y'all all the time, Prosperity. I love what you're doing over here. I just really want to see. I hope a couple years from now, or not even that long, but a while from now, I see you doing some really, really, really big stuff because we just need more intellectual people out there,
you too, Edie. Thank you.
putting the information out there, exposing this and it's not that it's just being exposed, it's in a responsible way that you over here doing this. And I just wish the men would get on board with having an open mind where things can. Oh, thank you, Jill. Well, look, when I'm woke, Jill, these folks think I'm a little off when
No,
the new
I
people
love
that
it.
be coming in here. But
Fine. You fine.
But I just feel like if they would just listen, we have a long ways to go though. Cause what I'm seeing is very frightening. It's very, very frightening. And everything is about finding a man to them or you don't have value if you don't that's all you see in the comments and stuff. And it's like, dude, y'all literally are not making any money out here. You're not making any money, but you making babies and spreading diseases. Like, we got more important stuff to be talking about. And of course, we know it's not everybody. We know y'all not a monolith. We're talking about numbers and we're talking about the majority. So, I mean, we just got to do better. We really do. This is not, it's embarrassing. It just is.
Yeah, it is. And we do have to do as a group, we have to do better. But we gonna
I
be
know you lying.
what?
Talking about some being broke is okay as long as a man loves you. I
I was
want you to
about to
take,
say,
sir, whatever phone you on. I want you to go to the counter of the T-Mobile people and say, I just want to bring some love for this month for this phone bill, and watch come back and tell us what happened.
He ain't gonna be able to. He ain't gonna
Look at Pocket.
he ain't gonna be able to, Cherie.
Talking about it's better to be broke together to combine income.
I'm about to call my mortgage company and say, hey, you know what? I just want to let you know I'm sending some love in this month for the mortgage.
They gonna say we love you too, ma'am, but we need your bill is.
Baby, it's
I
gonna be a
mean,
GoFundMe. Y'all gonna see me with a GoFundMe up here on the platform. Listen, these people ain't playing with you out here in these streets. You better go out here and get some money, sir, ma'am.
Prairie, you were in the military. Do you think USAA will take love and good vibes instead of my premium?
USAA would
Love and
laugh
good
at
vibes.
you. Listen, okay. All right. You want to know a funny USAA story? Okay. I showed up.
Prairie quiet.
That's so silly.
Oh, God. Okay. Whew. Whew. Okay. Whew. So we have always used credit unions. We've always used credit unions. So when they make you go and get your little because they want you to have like a local bank as well, or a local credit union or something. So I went, and my first sergeant, he was like, well, Prairie, we need to get this taken care of. You need money that's local, so it's quick, so you don't have to worry about, turnover times and waiting and calling your home bank and yada, yada, yada. So we go, and I get started up a USAA account. And the guy was like, okay, well, he was like, well, let's build you up. I was like, listen, I just need a little account so they'll get off my back.
Mhm.
I don't care about none of the other stuff. He's like, okay, well, what's something you want to do? I was like, well, I mean, I was around my duty station. I was like, I'm gonna just buy a little piece of land and that'll be fine, whatever. And the guy looked at me and he was like, you can't pay your mortgage on that land with love. Exactly that thing. He said, you can't. I was like, dude, I have money away from the military. Like, and he was like, yeah, everyone says that. Like, oh, I have stocks and bonds. I was like, no, I have 2 businesses and I have passive income and I have this. My first sergeant was like, I thought you were broke. I said, no, dude, I just like eating bologna sandwiches every day. Like, I'm not broke. I'm just very frugal. Like, he's like, Prairie. He's like, I spent this entire time thinking you just didn't have money. And I was like, no, dude, I just eat the same thing every day because I'm pretty sure I have autism. Like, I ate a bologna sandwich every day for lunch.
Every
Oh, you got
day.
a million, Prosperity. Sorry, Prairie.
Yay!
A milli.
What? We got it.
Millie.
Let's go. I love it. I love it. Thank y'all. Thank you, Catherine. I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. I don't even know. Thank y'all.
I have a rule of thumb. Anytime anybody that say money ain't everything ain't got none and ain't trying to get none.
Hey, yes. Thank you all. Yeah, I think so too. They trying to throw you off because they don't want you to expect too much.
Prairie, I think that's
Talk
kind
about
of
money ain't everything. Baby, don't get none and see what happens.
Okay. You know that good book, y'all, like the quote said, money is the answer to all things.
Could you
Okay?
please say the scripture, Prosperity? Because I need to make sure they look it up. It's Ecclesiastes, 10:19?
I think it's 10:19. Yeah. Money is the answer to all things. And then there's another scripture that you can go through. It's I think it's Psalms 112. Is it 112? And it tells you the righteous, riches will be in their house. And what the Bible has said. You got to know now. Let me go. Let me make sure I'm giving you the right scripture because I want y'all to go and look it for yourself. Look it for yourself, sir.
Pocket, you out here got flies flying around your eyes. You got nerves to be talking.
It's so stupid. It's one. Yes, it's Psalms 112, 1-5. I'll tell you about wealth. Yeah, y'all be tripping because most of God's favorites was rich.
I don't never hear them quoting them scriptures. I ain't never heard none of them come on here and quote that one.
That's right. Psalms 112, 1-5. Yes.
And what's the scripture? For I have set before you this day life and unalivement, therefore choose life. God tell us to choose not to be with a dust ball. See, that's the way I took that. God have told me, he said, for I know in Jeremiah 29:11, for I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you and not to allow you to be with a dust ball that will harm you. You see, that's what the word says. The word says to stay away from y'all. We have to be obedient to the Lord.
To the Lord.
It's disobedient for us to take up with somebody you don't have a nothing in or a window to throw it out of.
And God say, serve him, not man.
Exactly.
He say, do what he say, not what you say.
Yeah, y'all are running around here with missing side teeth, missing back teeth, hairline pushed back to the middle of your head, 50-something years old, talking about starting a family with your two-headed sperms. Like, sir, no.
But, and you know what? I'm gonna be honest.
I cannot stand you, AJ.
If you broke, let's just be real. Let's just be real. And we know that anything can happen to anybody at any time.
Oh, yeah.
This ain't got nothing to do with somebody having a misfortunate situation. No, when we talking about broke, we talking about people who ain't trying to thrive, right? And with that being said, you don't have no business. You shouldn't have access to nobody's legs. I'm trying to say it the appropriate way, y'all.
Nobody's
You
pocketbook.
shouldn't have access to nobody's legs.
Nobody's.
And you shouldn't even be wanting to.
No.
You should be so focused on getting your pockets right that you don't even get happy.
AJ.
Trying to say it the right way, y'all.
No, so I don't know who it was that just said it as I was speaking. Let me be very clear. I have always been frugal, okay? My first sergeant thought I was broke because I bought a car from him for $200. That car was falling apart when I bought it, okay? The door was barely hanging on. And I rode that thing forever. You know what I did? After I put a $40,000 engine and transmission and exhaust in that thing. So yeah, on the outside, my car looked like garbage. Okay? It was terrible. It was being held by prayer and bubblegum on the outside. But that thing, no. I rode that car into the absolute ground. I did all the work on it. I did everything myself. So, no, he thought I was poor and broke because I bought a $200 car from him and I ate bologna sandwich and eggs and rice every day because I have autism.
Okay.
And you know, stuff like that. I think stuff like that is so cute. Like, I have a friend that loves Sharpies. And then apparently I get hyper fixated on things. Like, I'm going through my C-drama phase, but before this, I was going through everything was black and white. I was watching Perry Mason, Highway Patrol, Leave It to Beaver, anything black and white. Like, so yeah, we can, I don't know. I think that's cute though, when people have their habits. And I do that with food too. I was going through my taco bowl phase, but then lettuce became an issue. So I want to get back to that though.
Man, I need to really find going and get to a farm. You know, the farmer's market.
I know, me too.
You haven't been yet?
No, because that place wasn't open. They wasn't even there when I went. Remember, I took off to go. They wasn't there, and I don't have time to be going play with my time with these people, and they not there. You know. And then another place is very far, so I'm gonna make it. And you know, the time my hours is bad because you know they be out early.
Oh yeah, and you be asleep.
I be asleep. So
G Money, you don't know me, honey. I absolutely want him to lead with his money. I don't know what you talking about. Sorry. Please lead with it. All of it. The whole account. Lead with it.
Okay.
I found out we have a bunch of community gardens. We have a bunch of garden, like, what do you call it when you share seeds? Seed libraries. We got a bunch of farmers markets. We've got so many things here
Oh,
for
that's
growing your
awesome.
own food. That's one of the best things about this area. It's very environmentally conscientious. We have a lot of BOK owned farms. We have a BOK farmers market. BOK, I mean, even at y'all know I'm an older student. Even at my school, we have a community garden in the middle courtyard of one of our academic buildings.
Mm.
And one of our administrators, she's like all earthy and stuff. She maintains it for us. And so we'll have fresh vegetables and things that get brought in from the community garden. So I mean, the stuff is there, like you said. It's just hard to get to it.
Hmm. Yeah, it's really hard for me, especially with my hours. You know, so I operate on evening hours, and if the world doesn't, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So
Prairie, you out west, ain't? I mean, not Prairie. AJ, you out west, ain't you? Somewhere. You ain't got to say where, but
No, ma'am, I'm in Southeast.
okay. Because I was wondering about you said growing stuff. Okay.
yeah, so I'm gonna get there, but I really, really want to. I wanted to go to it's an all BOK one. It's kind of far. It's kind of far from me, but I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get there because I want salads and all that stuff. I really want a salad.
I want a taco bowl again.
Do
I was
you?
eating taco bowls every day for like weeks.
Ooh.
I got hyper fixated on it.
Well,
You
that was
know,
your body saying, let's get it in right now because you ain't going to be able to get it in a minute.
Prosperity, you know what's sadder than us talking about these topics? I think what's sadder is that 80% of our households are being led by women. Single broken homes that these men have, a lot of them neglecting their kids or doing bare minimum. I bet a lot of them ain't even bought these kids don't know their teachers, ain't went to the teacher meet and greet, ain't preparing for the kids to go to school, don't know the teacher name, ain't bought them no school supplies or school clothes. That's sadder than what we talking about. Or the fact that most of the men in our community reading at a 6th grade level. What's sadder than that is most of them make $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 a year. What's sadder than that? I mean, I can keep going if you want to talk about what's sadder than what we up here talking about.
did you see all of the children or the parents making posts that their children's fathers don't want to even help with the children's school clothes or sneakers or
Yeah, these dudes be counting up with, I give her this much and what's she doing with it, man? Man,
I
you
would
I
don't know.
never
mean,
date nobody like if I even if you my cousin, the one that Prosperity, because you know you from Chicago, so you know my little niece that passed away in the her mom. She said well, I call her my niece, but she was my cousin. She was calling me her aunt. But anyway, her mom said she got up from the table mid sentence. She had went on a date with this guy and he talking about something about his child support. She said I got up and left.
Yeah.
I said, I don't blame you. I would have
Yeah.
left too.
See,
Mid sentence.
but she was able to identify FOOL quickly. You have to know how to identify them quickly and move right around. Ain't no investment. You ain't invested in nothing. Just move around quickly. You got to be able to identify them. Like, what? I mean, there was a whole panel of dudes. Well, I'll give her, that what's she doing with the money? It's just so happens she got her
Mm-mm.
wig. What?
I don't. The broke talk like that. I won't even. I won't even associate with that type of. I will block somebody if they even. I can't. I can't associate with them type. I can't. I can't. My spirit won't let me.
is there
Nah.
another group of men in the world that get on the internet and complain about taking care of their children?
Nope.
The children that they
Nobody.
refuse to stop making, the children that they don't want, they don't love, not capable of loving,
Right.
but refuse to get vasectomies.
Hey, young Eddie, how are you?
And
Yeah.
you know what? I wish this prompt would have said. If you already have several broken homes, do you deserve to have another one?
You just don't worry.
Y'all want to laugh with
Because
me?
some of
Y'all
them do. Some of them feel like after they done went out here. I'm sorry, Prairie. I'm about to drop down. Some of them feel like after they done broken all these homes, they deserve to have a nice marriage and they deserve to just take care of the kids that's in that home with the woman that they decided to love properly when they feel like it, and forget it. And the other ones, I ain't love them ladies, so I don't care. Them kids, I ain't want them kids, so they feel like they just supposed to take care of the ones that's who with the wife after they done did all them broken homes and stuff. Some of them.
It's crazy. I mean, when you hear them talking, and then you hear them talking about how they defend being broke.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said,
Degenerate
I
behavior.
can hear the broke in your voice. Okay, like I listen. The broke be speaking loud. Okay, and they be up there mad. Like in these some panels, they be mad as ever when somebody say you shouldn't be having no nothing. They be so mad.
They get real mad. Just like this one down, how did the most educated gender get played by men with GEDs? Because they manipulative. Y'all, they evil and they demons. They're demonic and they manipulative. So they get out here and they mistreat these women. I don't deal with y'all, so I could care less about what you're talking about. But for women that is out here that's happening to them, it's unfortunate because y'all are evil manipulators. A lot of y'all.
But then also in that good book
Demonic.
y'all be quoting, it says love covers a multitude of sins. So when a woman loves you, sometimes she doesn't see your flaws. When people love you, they don't see your flaws. And love is very strong, and it's really a blessing to have somebody to love you. And y'all take advantage of it, and then when you take advantage of people loving you, you'll find yourself unloved at some point in your life. And usually it happens when you're old and you ain't on fire. Your looks on like in hell. Okay. And then you'll realize that the love that you took advantage of, you're going to be begging for it in those last days of your life. That's facts. I watched the man, he was a player, played this woman so bad. I feel so sorry for her to this day. I mean, man, she was beautiful. And she allowed him, through her love, to drag her down to the bottom. Her health failed and everything. He kept telling her he was going to marry her. And she stuck in there with him through a lot. Loved him. I mean, I think she might still love him. But he played with her. And when that man passed away, you couldn't even recognize who he was. That's how bad he looked. That sickness got him he looked like a Skeletor. Now, he was a very handsome man, but baby, he was not handsome when he left here. He looked like a whole other person.
Galatians 6:7 ain't never like you gonna reap what you sow. And I ain't saying that just to weaponize, because that's good too. You reap good too. But yeah, a lot of them out here, you gon' that energy coming right back to you. You have to realize that it's a principle. See, the way God works is he works on processes and principles. It's a principle. What you plant has to grow. It has to.
It has to. And it's going to reap. You're going to reap a good harvest, good or bad. Depends on what you do. But they definitely going to grow up. They definitely going to spring forth in your garden. And you're going to have to deal with it. Facts. I'm talking about, I watched it. Man, he played with that woman so bad. She's still here, though. She living, she doing well. But he ain't. He out of here.
Sometimes
It's the worst way, too.
When I saw that which I promise, Prairie, I'm finna drop down because I know I'm getting on your nerves. I'm sleepy. I'm finna drop down. But when I saw that with Chingy and what just happened with the person who had lied on him, and now it done came back to roost, that person is in jail. And you saw that y'all saw that. I don't want to get into that.
I heard of it. I haven't.
Yeah. And now that person is in jail, something about with a 14-year-old or something. And I said it because that was real dirty. Like that person literally ruined his career doing that, lying on him, saying that he was the person.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow.
Yep. Ruined his entire career. And you thought it wasn't gonna come back, and thought it was funny. To me, the person never really felt, I don't think that person ever really felt any kind of
remorse.
remorse or anything about it.
Yep.
Now they in big trouble. So
And so here's the thing. Look, I be maybe I don't need to do that, but like I don't really be knowing a whole lot about the celebrities much. I do, but not really. But then some people have those people in their circle, so this is why they know about it. Just saying.
Y'all want to laugh with me? Okay, so yesterday, wife, mom, we were on a panel together, and I told this story about my friend and why I told her what he was broke when they met, and I knew he was kind of dumb, but he was very nice to her, and he tried their entire relationship, but you can't get past dumb and you can't get past broke. Okay, you just can't. I'm sorry. I got excited. Sorry. So we were talking about, like, here's the thing. I used to tell her, he can't keep up with our conversations. Don't marry this man. And she's like, no, I love him. I'm like, oh, God. Okay.
Your eyes crossed where you did that, Prairie.
I'm like, okay, he's dumb and he's broke, but all right.
Thank you, Cherie.
So we were talking about Liberia, and we were talking about some geopolitical stuff, and he was like, Liberia, that's not a real place. And I was like, Liberia is a real place. And what are you talking about? And he was like, Liberia is not real. And I said, Liberia is a real place. And he's like, no, that's where all the librarians meet up and have their librarian meetup. I said, Liberia is a country in Africa. And he's like, no, it's not. And so I got out the map and I showed him Liberia. And I said, what do you think their main, for this place right here, what do you think their main export is? And he said, librarians? And I said, Liberia has nothing to do with librarians. What are you talking about?
oh, this is a little kid, right, Prairie?
No, Cherie, this is a 40-year-old man.
Please drop me down, Prosperity. I'm done. Y'all have a good morning.
You too.
A 40-year-old man. I just looked at her and she looked at me and we looked at each other, and he was like, well, what do they export? I said, rubber. Liberia exports rubber. They have rubber plantations. They have we're having geopolitical issues because, this was during the time he was not trolling.
Everybody everybody always say he's trolling. That ain't true. Man, these people be serious.
He was serious.
Everything is not trolling. These are people real thoughts. They think this is real life.
Yes. So I was like, no. I said, why do you think? I said, where do you think librarians go to school? He said, I don't know. I never thought about that. And I was like, librarians go to college. He was like, I said, if you say in Liberia, I said, I'm actually going to unhinge my jaw and devour you. Like, they do not go to school in Liberia. That's silly. Like, you have to stop saying that. So, like, we went down, and I literally sat down with a 40-year-old man. Now, mind you, I'm much younger than them. I sat down with a 40-year-old man and explained geopolitical science and stuff like that around the continent of Africa and how it affected the rest of the world. And he was like, I don't know why I thought like all of this was Nigeria. Okay. The next day she calls me. She's like, I can't do it. I said, what? She's like, I can't do it. I can't. And I was like, oh, you had to hear his dumb in real time?
Oh, that's good.
Before you guys got married, he didn't have a passport. You had to hear his dumb in real time? I said, okay, so what are you gonna do? She's like, I'm filing for divorce. So we got up. I got out of bed. I said, all right, I'm gonna meet you at the courthouse. She got up and he was very understanding because, dumb men don't really have a choice. Like, he understood. He was like, yeah, I'm not on the same level as you guys. Like, you're younger than me. But, like, we were both younger than him by 10 years. Like, that's another thing. Stop dating old, dumb men. Like, he's like, you're both younger than me and y'all both know so much more. You've been everywhere. You've done the things. So, yeah, I understand. We should just get a divorce. And she was like, yeah. She's like, I'm going to be nice to you. And he was like, I mean, really, you can't take anything because I ain't got nothing. I said, oh God, he's self-aware. Oh God. Oh my God, he's self-aware. I was like, all right, let's get this divorce done quick and easy. Oh my gosh, it was so funny. It was sad. It was deeply depressing because I said, Liberia is not where librarians come from. You think every librarian in the world goes over to the continent of Africa and trains in a country to become a librarian? He was like, yeah. Nah, no.
That's crazy. And how old he was? He is? How old is
He
he?
was 40, and mind you, he was 40, and like he was one of those products of wasted family's generational wealth. Like his parents had passed away and left him everything at like 25, and he dropped out of school, he dropped out of college, and literally spent the rest of his life until he hit about 40 and had wasted all of his money. Just wasted. Both sides of his parents wasted all of his money. And I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, he's so dumb. And my friends, but he's really nice. And I'm like, nice doesn't mean anything. He's dumb and he's broke. Don't talk to this man. He's dumb and broke.
She would have had to carry that. Thank you, sis. She would have had to carry that whole relationship. She'd have been exhausted.
Yes, they had been married 6 months at that point. And she was like, no, we gotta, no.
Mm-mm. That's crazy. Diva!
I woke up not being petty, so I just want to make an announcement that I am not being petty in the chat.
Then that means you are. Well, I ain't seen it. You woke up. Oh my goodness. You woke up not being petty. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yes, but I want a dango muffin from Chick-fil-A now.
I have a question. I don't want to name any names, but if a senior mod makes an accusation against an unpaid intern, can the senior mod then be forced to sing an apology in the arms of a desk ball?
Senior mod.
Be like AJ and put a hand in the chat, and don't be like AJ and don't come off mute.
Don't be like
You know what? Okay, so was it yesterday, Diva? She said if you're new here, because see, you don't be here when she does her first commercial. If you're new here, put a 1 in the chat.
What?
And I put a bunch of 1s in the chat.
You be trying to throw up. Did you get threw off? Was you thrown off, Diva?
Surely did. I'm like, yeah, y'all, AJ new here. I had to say it out loud because I couldn't believe what I was seeing.
I'm just trying to show team participation, class participation.
Love it. Love everything about it.
Thank you. You're so supportive. Oh, you're so supportive. We love it. We here longer than what I expected, so thank y'all. I guess we not gonna do this, but one thing is we keeping it moving a little bit with the taps and stuff. So, but we're gonna find ourselves another little home, and we'll talk about it later. We'll talk about it later. We good? All is well? Hey, Didi.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I had to tell y'all that because I remember how hard it made me laugh when she's like, Prairie, I can't do it. I can't do it. And I'm like, what? She's like, he's dumb. He's so dumb. And I was like, yeah, I told you he was dumb. How do you lose 3 generations from both sides? Now, mind you, he had 2 sisters. Both his sisters are actually really successful and wonderful women. They have pretty big followings here on TikTok. But because for their privacy, I'm not going to, I'm not going to say who they are. But like they took their parents left them each like $500,000. So
Oh
he got
wow.
500,000. His sisters both got 500,000, and they got like a house and something else each. He wasted all of it. He wasted all of his money that his parents had left him, and he only had the house left, and he thought he was living big time. And I was like, "You idiot! You are a fool amongst men. You are a shining example of what happens when you polish a turd." Oh my gosh.
Oh man, polish a turd. Is that what you said? That's that what you said, Prairie?
Yes. Yes. When you polish a turd, like wasted he and mind you, again, barely. Like he was telling us, he's like, "Yeah, I went to this school, I went to this school." I'm like, "How are you?" And I asked him, "How are you so dumb? And you went to good schools. Like, how are you so stupid?" And he was like, "I'm not stupid." I said, "No, like objectively, you're a pretty dumb man. Like, and I've met dumb men, so I know when I'm looking at and talking to a dumb man. Like, how are you so dumb?" Like, "I'm not dumb. You are.
Yeah.
You have nothing out of $500,000 untaxed money. You have no money left. You're a dumb person. You have a house and nothing else." Yeah.
He still has that because of property taxes and repairs.
Absolutely.
And see, this with these dust ball in the comments talking about if he has a house, how is he broke? Let him not pay them property taxes 1 year and see don't that house get auctioned off for a quarter.
Yep. Pedro will be and his family will be in there.
Yep. Yeah.
Kia, do you know you're in the queue? Let me know in the comments. Yeah. Pedro and all his family will be in there. And they be quite nice. Okay.
If he doesn't have any money coming in, if he lives in a place like say Texas where your homeowner's insurance has 37 separate elements, like the foundation is separate, your roof is separate in terms of what the coverages and the deductibles are, and he has a loss that he has to use those ridiculous deductibles, the 2% deductibles, and doesn't have that, what do you think is going to happen to that house? You cannot understand what it's like to own a home and not know that depending on the state and the municipality that you live in and what are the state laws, what does your state insurance policy, standard policy look like, that it could easily cost you everything.
Yep. I got a question for you, Panthers, that's still in the room. So, Miss Brightside got a glove that expires tomorrow. Tomorrow, right, Miss Brightside? Did y'all want to do a battle tomorrow? Well, tonight when we come in.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, tomorrow. Today is Saturday, right? And today's Saturday. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. So it expires Sunday. Well, did y'all want to do the battle when we come in tonight instead of doing it tomorrow, Monday morning? Did y'all want to do that? Y'all, panel.
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay. So we'll Miss Brightside, when we come, we'll probably, anyway, between 11 and 12 we'll be in the room. So then we'll do we'll do like we did today. We'll go right into the battle. And then okay. Let's box tonight. Okay, so when we come in the room, we'll just kind of do what we did 15 minutes after. And we won't do one Monday. Well, yeah. That's not the schedule. The schedule is not to do one Monday. So, okay, we'll do it tonight. Who else? I knew you had gloves, but I wasn't sure. Who else had a glove that will be expiring soon? Was it? No, it's not you, Kia, right? No, you just got yours yesterday. Okay. Today, right? It was after 12. Right? Okay. So we got 5 days before hers. Okay. All right, AJ, you got it.
So, in other news about the children that should have been left behind, you know how they let the AI chatbots go loose, and they do, because they're programmed based on usually men. They do what men do. So remember, one of them, one time they did an experiment. They let the AI chatbots start like their own little communities, kind of like The Sims, and most of them ended up unaliving within a short period of time because they wouldn't do whatever little check marks they had to do to stay alive. They would not do. And then some of them figured out how to unalive each other, and I think only one of them was able to live like beyond a week. So now they done let another one loose, and it has on its own created a religion and started posting on Reddit. And the humans who use Reddit started following the religion that the AI chatbot made up. You cannot make this stuff up. You cannot make this stuff up. Somebody in the chat yesterday said that all of their intelligence, whatever intelligence they might have had, was in the missing side teeth. Because what in the world? An AI chatbot makes up a religion, starts posting about it, and they just, okay. This is what we're talking about. Don't nobody got time for this.
Not at all.
Don't nobody got time for this.
Man. One time I was on a monitor. I was at the hospital, and I was on the blood pressure monitor, and I had got just a slight bit upset. Do you know my blood pressure shot up, and I wasn't even angry. And I'm just saying, when you're in a situation and you're always frustrating and you're always, man, your blood pressure going up and down like that is not healthy. We be in a situation with these people who keep all of our, everything in our bodies just off. That's not good for you. It's just not. It's not good for you. And I watched my blood pressure go up on that thing. And they had to take my blood pressure a couple times to get a good read. I literally watched my blood pressure go up. I was like, wow, that's the slightest bit of agitation. I wasn't even I was quiet, and it really affects you. So we have to be careful and not put ourselves in certain situations where it's like that constantly, up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. That's not good. Can't be healthy, That really got me though. I was like, man. And I told her, and she was like, what's going on? I was like, yeah, I was just a little irritated. And so she was like, well, we'll come back and we'll do it again. So it took a minute for it to go down. First of all, sir, you don't know what we worried about. You don't know what we worried about. How about mind your business? Have some advice for you. How about that? You don't know what we worried about. But we are worried about money too. You are too. Probably why you punch in at your work. You worried about it too. You here every day. So what does that say about you? You be here every day to hear us talk about it every day.
Prosperity. I always say, a man built like a matchstick could never say anything to me. You have a skinny neck and sloped shoulders. You're wearing a do-rag and your lips are crusty. Never in your worst or your best could you ever say anything to anyone up here. Okay? Remember that we let you. We didn't kick you down. We didn't kick you down. Okay? You stayed up here for hours and you said nothing but Negro babble the entire time. Okay? You said nothing. You add nothing. The conversation's not about y'all every day. But because you have a very small and myopic worldview, this is what you think that it's about.
Yes, Kenny, 1 million. Yes. You scroll by and you couldn't just keep scrolling by. That still says something about you. It's really easy. TikTok makes it very easy for you to keep scrolling by. They do. They make it very easy for you. And even if you did have time, your time in a place and space that you don't like, that still says something about you. You had time, you should have given it to somebody else. Something more of quality, in your opinion. That says something about you. That you give your time to things you don't like. That's not good leadership skills. Thank you for telling us.
If you open up a dust mite, 9 times out of 10, there's a Karen inside, which is why they get up here on these panels and start to center themselves.
Why are you
And
concerned about me? I'm sorry, AJ. For what reason? Go ahead, AJ. I'm sorry.
no, somebody said that. Somebody said if you open up a BLK man or a dust mite, there's a Karen inside 9 times out of 10. And like the analogy I gave yesterday, when Frederick Douglass got free, he betrayed his BLK wife and married a YT woman. But when Harriet Tubman got free, she freed a whole bunch of other people. You know, just like the dust mite, the last one that was up here talking about all of his career and this, my, that, and all that, and could never address the question of, well, what about the femicide? Not a word on that. So, I mean, they center themselves. They come up here, they center themselves, and me, my, I got mine, you got to get yours. And then wonder why people don't want to be bothered with them. It's embarrassing.
It is.
Even in the face of all of the brutality that we face, they choose to be, of all the things they could choose to be, they choose to be evil and worthless. They choose to be harmful to the most vulnerable people in our society instead of picking themselves up and washing their tails and go out and do something with their lives.
No,
We
it's
don't,
okay. So first of all, nobody's looking for it. Do you know a man is the easiest thing to get? All we gotta do is trick you and tell you great. Very easy to get a black man. All we have to do is play the role like you the best thing we ever had in our lives. Y'all are very easy to get. It's very easy to manipulate because you have fragile egos. And all we have to do is just stroke your little ego and we can get whatever we want from you. Tell you how great you are, make you feel like a man, because y'all don't be feeling like a man unless a woman make you feel like one. So like the YT women express how easy it is to get y'all, even at a higher level. It's extremely easy to be manipulated, says them. And we already knew that. We just don't think you're worth it. We don't think you're worth playing them games. I mean, for them, because those men are millionaires. So it's really, it's worth it for them. For us to just placate and pretend like you the greatest to you average dudes, I wish I would. I spend my time doing something else. Ain't no way. It's got to add up for me. If I'm going to be an actor, it needs to be well worth my time, okay? I'm a really good actor if I want to be, but it's just not worth it. Y'all the easiest thing to get. I mean the easiest. Out of all races. The YT women told you that. Didn't y'all remember? They had put the playbook out there. Y'all remember the girl, her sister?
Yes, ma'am. They
Yeah.
snatching them up freshly on their way to college to become NFL stars. They plot on y'all and y'all make yourself just serve yourself up on a platter like prey, just like y'all doing these comments. Just expose
Sir,
all y'all.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It's okay. It's okay. Cause it's just y'all have a problem with putting yourself on display and then being upset when somebody points out the stupidity. That's the whole world can see y'all.
Yes, poor you, sir. I wouldn't have 5 minutes of a conversation outside of this app with most of y'all. Not even 5 minutes. No, I'm sorry. I'm being generous. 2 minutes. Not even 2 minutes. The first words you say out of your mouth that you don't pronounce well, I don't even want to talk to you no more. I ain't gonna lie. Not at all.
This man said, "I'm too fine for all of your for all of your." Fine is not the issue. Competency is. Intelligence is. Work on that.
What? Baby, you got to impress me with your mind first. Ain't no way. But wait a minute. Did y'all see Starvoo videos?
Did I?
What? What? We gonna have to have a conversation. Starvoo. She been busy. I love that for her. I love that. I love that for her. She getting it going. She consistent with it too, you know? So hey.
Prosperity, can you tap G Money name and see how many comments he sent for this live? Can we take a vote? Y'all, how many comments y'all think he sent? I think he sent upwards of 5,000. You see it?
I don't.
Tap his name, and then there's a little black box on the right-hand side above
Oh
that
yeah.
white box.
506.
My God! 506? I was... Mm-mm-mm.
Yeah. Ooh, I'm achieving a lot, sir. Lots. You wouldn't believe the back end conversations that you men have with me. And they know they have to come right when they come to talk, but they come with really good and honest things that they talk about. I'll never expose nobody's business like that. But some of them even come up on the panel. Some of them are some of our biggest ralliers right now. So you don't know. I've been doing this for quite some time, and we've changed a lot of people that come back and talk and tell us about it. So, yeah. Like I said, I don't tell people business for real, though. But we hear it, right, Diva?
All the time. All the
Yeah.
time. Thank God, G Money. I'm glad I'm the driving force. That would make me a leader. You understand? I am your leader. If I'm the reason that's going to drive you up out of this room, I led you up out of here.
It really wouldn't matter if you were. I wouldn't mind. I'm not afraid of opposition. I'm where I'm supposed to be. I know that I'm where I'm supposed to be. What about you? Do you know your destiny and your purpose enough to be for sure that you're supposed to be in a space? I know for sure I'm supposed to be here. I'm not guessing. I know for sure where I'm supposed to be. What about you? What about you? Leader. What is going on? Well then stop fighting it, because you always end up here. Perhaps that's where you should be. But I'm sure he didn't send you here for you to be talking. You probably should be listening. Yeah. In 5 minutes too. What they be doing? Where's she at? Where 5 minutes at? What? Did you see her video?
I seen one of her videos the other day. I was watching it. It was so long. I watched it about 30 minutes.
What? I'm gonna tease her about this. Oh my goodness. I need to get back in the mix of things and check on my people. What's going on? What? You ain't see this one. You got to see it.
You know I'm going to look.
What? I'm like, okay. She's so funny to me. She tickled me when she say, "Oh God." I love it. Yeah, okay, well, look, we have had our fun for today. What? Did we have a good time, y'all? Hey,
Always.
well,
Always.
we had us is a good old time today. Well, yesterday and today. Mm, yeah. Mm-mm-mm. Well, if you was here the entire show, you could have fooled me. Oh, you been here quite some time. You could have fooled me. Well, one thing I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna give you a little bit of advice. If you didn't enjoy yourself today, you probably shouldn't come back tomorrow or tonight. Since you didn't enjoy yourself, that's good advice. Probably shouldn't come back today. I want you to enjoy yourself wherever you go. Okay? Yeah, that's real. That's real, Malama. That's real. Because it'd be hard. You got to get the law. You got to go to court and everything to get them out your house. I mean, you have to take legal action to get them out your house. Then they not on your lease and they don't help you pay. That's a whole. Could you imagine having to have somebody in your house that you don't want there anymore? Because the law said you can't move them? Man, that's
Yeah.
crazy work, huh?
Yeah, that's another reason they impregnate women is because they feel like, oh, she's gonna want to keep the family together. So they are not safe people to be behind closed doors with. And
Yeah.
most certainly not to live in your home. And the restraining order is good, but the problem is, are you going to get a chance to pew pew him before he pew pews you or something? Because everything, like the guys that did the video, the guys that AB'd women, they sat there. The guy said, "Oh yeah, she got me locked up. I went back and I beat her again, and I got locked up again." So I mean, unless you're prepared to take it there, most people aren't prepared to take it there. So it's not worth it. Like, this is the problem, is that you see these are quote unquote calling themselves good guys that get up on this panel and crash out every single Saturday. Well, all the Saturdays they crash out.
Mhm.
And the guys offline are probably worse.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. Like I said, if you do a thing, do it one way, you do one thing one way, you do all things that way. How you do one thing is how you do all things. Facts. I live by that. You getting rattled in a conversation like that, could you imagine some real emotions with somebody you're involved with? You think he ain't hitting nobody? You think he not threatening and raising his voice and shouting? No. They're just so used to women cowering down when they do that. They're very, very used to that. Yeah, they're very used to that. Yeah, that's funny because here's the thing. It's so funny how y'all will come over here and tell people about themselves as if they don't know themselves before you. Genius. Oh my God, you discovered something about somebody that they didn't know about themselves. Like you tell me how I look and how my teeth look. Sir, I live with myself every day. You're not discovering anything. Like, come on now. You don't think that people know what kind of life? Y'all so immature. Like, that's hurting her. And you think you hurting me. Say something else. I told y'all, insult me with a 4-syllable word. That'll impress me. Might even move me a little bit. Might even move me a little bit. It's so sad. Like, y'all so... I was going to say that, and I knew I wasn't supposed to say that, so I won't say it. But it
Can
shows...
I say it?
No. It shows that y'all be lonely for real. We over here having us what we call a good time with one another. You not having a good time, but you won't leave. Sad. Oh my goodness. These people crazy. Well, I guess we gonna get up out of here so we can be ready, I guess, to come on back. Come on back here tonight. Automatically you want to, yeah. Social media don't have to do that for me. I know some happy, very happy couples. Yeah, social media don't have to do that. We don't, like even if it was some happy couples, which we're not stupid. We know that there are, but it's not looking good overall for us.
They get, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know some couples that are happy.
Can I go?
Mm-hmm.
They get mad over us telling the truth, but they also get mad over the actual legitimate men that get on the panel and tell the truth about being a good man. So is it Uchiwali or one mic? Because y'all don't want us to tell the truth about the depravity that y'all participate in, but then when the actual upstanding BLK men get on this panel and tell the truth about all the stuff they do in the community, all the people they help, how well they take care of their children, how much of an inheritance they're preparing for them, how they're teaching their children and grandchildren and so forth, like Hakeem, to carry on the family wealth, the family business, y'all get mad at him too. So what do you want? What you want is you want to be Future. You don't want to be Russell Wilson. You want to be Future. You want to be Cam Newton. You want to be Predators like Joe Budden. Or Steve, what was the guy that just had to pay off? Shannon Sharp. That was his settlement, allegedly, for information and educational purposes only. So what do you have to admit that you are following the most demonic path. It is not of God. Quoting scriptures badly and going to a church run by a charlatan doesn't make you a good person. Most of our churches are predatory. Most of the churches are preying on people because they know that y'all don't open up that book.
Mm-hmm.
If you can't read at a third grade level, you cannot read the Bible, King James Version or otherwise. There's too much alliteration, too many metaphors. Y'all can't tell what's real from fake. You can read a metaphorical story and take it as being literal. It's like, are you serious? You really think it was a talking snake? Come on now.
You want to be Shannon Sharp. You're not good enough. You want to be somebody else. See, that's the problem. You just told on yourself. You're not happy with who you are. You let people talk, baby. You'll see. I don't want to be nobody but me.
I can't believe that man said that. He really said he want to be the next grown man. Y'all spend too much time in body business, and that is an issue. That is a major issue.
She had a child with Future. One child. But she had how many by her husband?
I don't know, like 4, 5.
About 3 or 4 by her husband. She had 4 by her husband.
And the thing is, her husband comes from literal BLK American royalty. On the strength of his granddaddy, he's literally good in every HBCU everywhere. Anybody that went to a HBCU recognized, like, oh yeah, they good over here. Like, he's good in any hood in the 757. Like, y'all need to stop playing. Y'all really need to stop playing. Like, the lack of respect for yourselves to look up to a predator, allegedly, for information and educational purposes only, like Shannon Sharp, is wild. But you've embraced depravity. Remick has sold you the box and the chains to put yourself in. And you gladly put the chains on and walked into the box and locked yourselves in and don't even know it. And the gas is slowly leaking in there. and you sitting there looking like Boo Boo the fool because you don't know that you what you say, Dr. Prosperity Moss Clark? You don't walk yourself right into a trick bag and don't even know it. Because when you were a child, you didn't read Iceberg Slim as children are supposed to do. Apparently not, but you know.
Yep. That's it. That's so much. I want to be. How do you want to be another grown man? That's crazy.
What did
As
she
a
say?
grown man, that is just weird behavior. You want to,
Diva,
and said it out loud in the whole chat for all of us to see.
he got that man's what on his throat, on his lips? What?
On his chin, it's on his chin. He got Shannon Balls dead on his chin. Ooh.
Diva. Diva.
Oh, I think we both grounded.
Thanks, AJ.
Sorry. It's just that it's like they're there, and it's like, okay, did he just start? Is he gonna finish? Like, what are we doing? Right? Does
And
it
you know,
smell? Is it happy? Are they happy?
but wait a minute. Y'all know that they be speaking a lot of men truth. They be really wanting, they be living vicariously through these men because they really want to be them. They're not happy with who they are. Y'all don't be hearing the truth. That
That's
truth
why they
be
be
coming
so mad
out.
about that child support the millionaires have to pay. But sir, your child support is $17 a month. So why is that an issue?